High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact.
If you are vaccinated or have a negative test, what's up to you, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck? How you living?
What it do?
You all right?
I might.
All right. You watch a lot of football. Got 2 games tonight. I got my Ram socks on. The ones Mandy gave me.
Ram it.
Yeah, the
I wanna
stance
see
ones.
'em.
Oh yeah. Oh well, we'll see. I mean, I had to get a little, Yeah, I'll show you my socks. Mandy got me a couple Christmases ago
That's so nice.
some stance Ram socks. So it's game day. Game day.
We're
Big game day.
gonna ram it tomorrow.
Need about 5 touchdowns and 400 yards out of Matthew Stafford.
Is that not the worst first round playoffs
Well, just
if you're in fantasy football for the performance?
the whole league.
It's hitting everyone right.
The whole league.
It's not just my team. No, it's everyone.
Yeah, if you have like Ngakwe, somebody, or who'd you lose to? You tell me.
I lost to some dude who's starting a Titans wide receiver that you can't name,
Probably.
and Jamison Crowder.
Yeah.
What?
I apologize for the lack of production from offense for the fantasy football
Yeah,
owners.
I mean, really?
Last night,
I mean, a little something. I got your kicker. I got your running back. I get nothing.
nothing.
I had like 1 million points last week. I got none. It is what it is. Good win for your team because, well, any win's good. I don't know what a bad win is, so I'll call it a good win. Going to beat the Bears. They move up and down the field to the Bears, but they couldn't score. So give it to your defense. They took the ball away from Justin Fields and his crew quite a bit. They stiffened when they needed to. They basically gave up 3 points until the final play of the game. And a nice win for the Purple People Eaters against the Monsters of the Midway and staying alive in that playoff race. In that, well, I mean, they're all with that 7th. It's like the extra
Let's
wild
go
card, right?
Eagles.
In baseball. It's everybody's alive now.
Everyone's alive.
Yeah.
Let's go Eagles.
Eagles play tonight against the Washington. Be tonight, this afternoon, 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Against the Washington Football Club. So yeah, it's something. Satisfied? I'm sure you are.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
wearing a lot of purple today.
Definitely.
How much purple do you have?
I have a lot.
No, I mean,
I'll
you
just
have
take a
lot
picture of my closet. It's half
of,
purple.
all Viking stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
It's bad.
At least you look good in purple.
Thank
Maybe
you.
one thing if like, well, it's just honey, it's just not your color.
I have Viking everything.
Yeah, that's good. That's all right.
I need Viking socks.
Talk to Mandy.
I will.
They're available. Raiders win was big because I thought it was bigger for the Browns. Honestly, I don't think the Raiders are real. It's hard for me to buy into them. I did, and it's still now really hard at 7-7. But for the Browns, who also are 7-7, they would have been in first place in the AFC North. They lose, they are in last place.
I mean, Nick Mullins.
I think Nick Mullins played well enough
Me
to win.
too. I thought he did too.
Do you think they were too conservative with him? That they just pulled the reins back on him and didn't let him win? Because I do.
I think there's moments that you can see that, but then also there's drop passes.
All night.
Peoples Jones
Yeah.
had a couple big drops in there. And really, when you look at the AFC race, I don't trust like any of those teams. There's like one team now, and it's Kansas City. And in the Patriots, we saw the big questions like, how do they play from behind? If the game script isn't in their favor, if they're not the team that's dominating the run game, what are they going to look like? A Tennessee, who the heck knows after that terrible loss? But there's not style points. It's all about standings. It's about what you do. And yesterday was messy December football. And if you got the W, you don't care how it looked.
And it wasn't messy weather football. I'll give Edward the credit because he's going to come in and tell you about it. So I'll ring his bell before him. But he talked about when you get late in the season, defenses take over and scores go down. These were scores. I mean, the under was the winner. 17-3. I'm sorry, 17-9, 16-14, 9-0, 15-10, 19-13, 21-6. These were scores this weekend. This wasn't light 'em up football. This wasn't electric football. This wasn't video game football this weekend. And while it might have been cold, I don't remember a nasty weather game this weekend. Do you? Do you remember a windy, haily, sleety, snowy game this weekend?
Nope.
Now, granted, some guys the teams are playing with quarterbacks that you've never heard of, or Nick Mullen. But I don't know. Tom Brady got shut out. Most of us have heard of Tom Brady, right? Derek Carr scored 16 points. Kirk Cousins scored 17. Justin Fields is the next coming. He scored 9. Matt Ryan scored 13. Joe Burrow scored 15. And the Broncos, okay. But yeah, I think it's kind of a little bit the way it is now, to your point on December football. So you get 2 more tonight, Seahawks and Rams. That'll be at SoFi. Washington and the Eagles. That will be in Philadelphia. And you'll have a pretty good look, and then you get one day off and start it up again, and you can watch bowl games.
You left out Jared Goff.
Yeah. Who played for them? What was Jared Goff? He's out after the game. He scored 30 points. Why would I leave out Jared Goff?
Why would we leave him out?
Well, I mean, they scored. Kyler Murray scored 12. I left out Kyler Murray, right? In the good quarterbacks not scoring points. So I don't know what it is, man. I don't understand the league anymore. But
I don't know for living in the moment, but this year, more so than previous seasons, it feels like it is living up that week to week. Usually, maybe it's one or two teams like, oh, I told you, don't overreact, or look at this, to see it's coming. Like, it is everyone right now. Everybody.
That's fair. I think that's fair. Who's the best team in the NFL right now?
Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
And then you'd be like, well, is it the Kansas City Chiefs?
I think it's Kansas City Chiefs, maybe. Green Bay, I mean, would you have felt that way if the 2-point conversion by
Nope.
Huntley went? I mean, would
Nope.
you have felt that way? So we're a broken up pass away from feeling a different way? Kansas City, I think we all thought would be fine. Well, not we all. You and I both thought would be fine, right? While the world was panicking, I think you and I both thought, you know what, that team's going to be just fine. It's a long season, right? Relax. No, 100%. Who's playing well towards the end? Who now do you feel is getting it together? There's a couple teams. San Francisco's playing a lot better. I don't know that I think that they're the best, but I think San Francisco's playing better.
The Colts?
Colts are playing. Actually, Colts are a good answer to that. Yeah, Colts are playing a lot better. I don't know if I think
The Lions?
I don't know if I think even all the Dolphins wins. I don't know if I can buy into that Dolphins. There's nobody in the AFC. It can be anybody. Outside of Kansas City. I haven't bought in the Chargers all year.
The Bills?
Bills are
Maybe.
How
No, I'm just saying, are they getting better?
are they? I mean, so they beat the Panthers. They've lost 3 of their last 5. They lost to the Colts. They beat the Saints. They lost to the Patriots, the Buccaneers. Like, who have they beaten worth a damn all year?
No,
Here's their wins. The Dolphins when they were horrible. Washington when they were horrible. Texans are horrible. They beat the Chiefs. I'll give you that. And that's when they were struggling. They beat the Dolphins again. They beat a bad Jets team. And they beat the Saints with Taysom Hill. And then they beat the Panthers with whoever the hell their quarterbacks were.
So that's a no.
As much as I want to buy into the Bills because they were my preseason pick,
Me too.
I can't.
Nope.
You buying anybody?
They're my surprise.
Is it Dallas?
To me, in the NFC, it's still Green Bay and Tampa Bay.
Yeah, even though what we watched the other day, all the Godwin going down is a big loss for them. A big.
Antonio Brown's coming back.
Yeah, he is, and we're going to go there. We're going to go there. What if the Rams come out and really look impressive today? Do you buy into them?
Yes. I like the Rams.
I mean, can the Rams?
There's still
get
4
this thing
teams
figured out?
I like. The one, it's Green Bay, Tampa Bay, Dallas, and Los Angeles.
So Arizona's
I've
not
been-
one of them.
Oh, man.
Really?
Last 2 weeks have been
No, I get it.
very hard to watch
Mm-hmm.
for the Arizona
They
Cardinals.
lost the Lions.
Now, it doesn't mean that you can't go on a run in the playoffs because this does set up to what do we see in the NFL? A team, it doesn't have to even be the last month of the season. It's just like the last 2 weeks, a week, going into the playoffs, boom, get hot, and go.
You know, Arizona's got some really good wins, right? They got
Yes.
some really good wins. They beat the Titans and the Vikings and the Rams and the Niners and the Browns and the Niners twice, actually. But they lost the Panthers. They lost the Lions. I still think they're going to figure it out. I really do. Kyler's got to figure out how to play from behind.
Yeah, he seems a little off.
Well, he's just got to figure out how to play from behind. He's just got to mature to me.
I like that.
I mean, they've got to figure that out.
And I like Justin Fields. I think he's got a good future ahead of him. And I'm not saying because of last night. I just enjoy watching him.
No, I'm down.
In general.
I'm down. He's a rookie quarterback on a not good team. With a dead man walking coach, right?
God, Matt Nagy was upset last night.
Well, good for him. I mean, you know what? Go down swinging.
I've never.
I don't know Matt Nagy for at all.
Oh, it's
I mean,
funny.
go down swinging.
Go
Show
down
you care.
swinging.
Show your guys you give a damn. I have no problem with Matt Nagy last night. Was it Matt Nagy's fault that they couldn't convert in the red zone?
No, he was just very upset.
At some point, players make plays, and don't they? And
There was a lot of frustration for the Chicago Bears. You just get beat, but then there's some tough personal fouls. I know everyone's talking about that hit on Conklin. Oh, they called him a defensive receiver. I thought the worst call was the one on the Bears defender that made the tackle, and he did not make contact with the offensive lineman because he went low on the offensive
thought that
line
was
to a
garbage.
flag. I'm like,
Well-
what are you supposed to do anymore?
yeah, and they called it a defensive block below the waist.
What about when they thought Justin Fields took a knee when the play was over? Did you see that one?
And then he got hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of crazy calls.
Well,
And
look,
Eric
the
Eric
game-
Hendricks got ejected.
Look, the
And,
game is so hard to officiate.
oh my God, it's
And
crazy.
now Bruce Arians is saying, well, I mean, you should eliminate the hit at the knee, right? Which took out Chris Godwin, which guys have been saying I'd rather get hit in the head than the knee. Where are you going to hit a man? I mean, at some point, it's tackle football.
I mean, yes.
It's Division I football.
But I agree with you. I think the defensive blocking below the waist was a garbage call. Garbage.
There were a lot
touched the
on both
line.
sides.
He was going to make a tackle, and Lyman got in the way.
There's a lot on both sides.
Like,
It
and he
was
didn't
bad.
touch
It's
it, like-
ugly. It's
No, I
very
know.
If
ugly.
you start making calls like that, you could run past the quarterback and be like, well, I think you were going to hit him, so here's a flag.
It's so hard. But we've made this game so hard to officiate that they're looking for a million things. There's only so much a man can process. Like, honestly, there's only so much that a guy can process and he's looking for. And you and I could sit down on every single play. Well, that's holding. Well, that's interference. Like every pass that is incomplete, every pass, we're looking for a flag, aren't we? Every pass that hits the ground, except for the ones that hit a guy right in the hands, and we have a lot of drops the last couple of days. But are we not? 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Get into Lobo game day against 9-3 Norfolk State. That's who's coming into the pit today. If you're coming into the pit, you better be vaccinated or have a negative COVID test
That starts on 28th.
on the 28th. Oh, yeah, that's not today. That's right. That's right. Well, but you better plan on it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant. 505-246-0610. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Titus and Tate.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Hi, I'm Joe with Everguard Roofing and Solar, and I'm proud to say I'm standing next to our University of New Mexico Lobo football quarterback, Terry Wilson. We at Everguard Roofing and Solar are active in our community, and we love the Lobos.
What I love about Everguard Roofing and Solar is their commitment to excellence, and that's what I'm all about. That's why I support this company, because they care about the people of New Mexico.
A hole in your roof or a whole new roof?
Go Animal.
So I wonder where you are on this. What's too much in officiating but player safety? All the rules in the NFL, you can't hit, you can't grab, you can't go low, you can't go high. Everything's to protect the players, except for the COVID thing, because then that would really cost a lot of money. We can't lose a week. But Bruce Arians, and I don't know that I think he's totally off base. I understand where he's coming from. I just don't know how you implement this, is saying that the competition committee needs to look at the hit that took out Chris Godwin, his receiver. Chris Godwin's out for the year with an ACL. Now, everybody involved admits, understands, agrees the hit was legal. It was within the rules. It was not a dirty hit. But I think there's a lot of people, especially former receivers who are talking heads now, who agree that it's a dangerous hit. You've heard this a lot, right? Guys will tell you who play football, I would rather get hit in the head than hit in the knees, because they're back in 2 weeks as opposed to they lose the season, right? They'll worry about their head, their scrambled brains, years later. Should a hit like the one that was on Godwin, straight at the knees, man, straight at the knees. We see him every single week, every game, and you go, God dang, how did that guy get up, right? Should that be eliminated? And if so, is the zone just basically shoulders to belt? Shoulders to upper thigh? How are you going to tackle a man? And at the speeds at which these men are moving, and moving all the time, and being pushed and falling into people, how do you play football anymore? Because I'm going to tell you, as much as I want these guys to be safe, I don't think there is a way for them to be safe playing that game. And I think it's inherent when you opt into that game. I'm not telling you I think it's good. I just don't know how you play this game by continuing to put on restrictions on how you hit. And I'm not saying I want guys to be brain dead. I'm not saying I want guys to have blown out knees. But we all sit here and watch the most popular game in our country, and we love it. And these men are out there putting their bodies on the lines. And officiating is beyond hard at this point. Like go out and try to officiate one of these games. I've sat last week in an officials meeting, and the stuff that they go over, the detail is insanity. So what's the answer?
The answer is you play the game as is, and that was just a frustrated head coach and wide receiver because they just got shut out and lost a fantastic offensive player. Because there's not more momentum from around the league.
Well, there's a little bit of momentum on this from a guy named Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. And there's not a bigger voice in this league than Tom Brady. He kind of got another rule changed, right? So, and it's not the first time we've heard it. And you're right. I do believe it's a reaction to losing a great player. But I think there's some merit to it. I just don't know how you implement it.
If you do, it's impossible to play defense in the NFL.
And it's borderline impossible to play defense in the NFL now.
Now. Yeah. From pass interference calls to then how am I supposed to tackle somebody?
Right?
Did you guys see when Eric Kendricks got ejected last night?
Yes.
I think that's a good example. I'm not saying this because it's my team, but I feel like you said, the speed they're going, I don't think Eric Kendricks he thought Justin Fields was going to slide, and he hit him. He was already tackling. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I don't know. That one, to me, he launched and went head-to-head. I don't even have a problem with that one.
Right.
Nothing against you and your team. I thought that was the classic that I launched and went helmet to helmet.
Good call. No, I'm saying it's a good call, but I'm saying sometimes it looks like they're already going. I don't know.
No, I agree with you. Look, your head's got to go somewhere.
Like, what is he going to do?
No. This is my classic, and Jay just heard me say this countless times over the last bunch of years. Your head's got to go somewhere. You're moving full speed. He's moving full speed. It's not like you're hitting a tackling dummy. Right? And so when you start your move, it may be well-intended, and then he moves, and your head goes, and you hit head-to-head. Like, heads have to go somewhere. They're going to hit. They're going to hit. It's inherent in this game. And as much as I'm all about player safety, as much as you can be in this game, you can't litigate the danger out of this game. You can't. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean the game's in jeopardy? You got to start litigating until the strike zone is in the letters? Lenny, good morning.
Morning. So you remember when the league used to have chop blocks were allowed.
Mm-hmm.
Then they got rid of chop blocks because it's illegal. Yeah. So at what point do the safety becomes so much that the players can't even do their job?
I think we're close to it.
Okay, so at the knee and up has to be allowed. At a certain point, let's go back to last week.
Wait. So no ankle tackles? Like we got guys.
No. Above the knee and up is allowed. Ankle tackles, no. Chop blocks, no. But when you hit him at the knee, okay, you're going to say now it has to go mid-thigh and up?
Look, man, I don't know. And you got a middle-aged man who's trying to keep up with the play, who's supposed to figure that out in a split second and see, well, gosh, was it at the knee or was it just above the knee or was that legal or can we go back to replay? Now we're going to have replays to see, well, he kind of grazed the knee, Jim. But was it is it the top of the knee because he's got his pants above his knee? And, come on. How much can we do?
I'm going to talk two plays, but what's obviously making it work is you have all these networks that have retired officials and they're now giving their opinion about a call.
Yep.
Now, I know it helps the fan to a point, but at a point, what they're saying on TV and what they might actually do when they're actually not doing officiating for real again instead of being retired, I guarantee is not going to be the same.
Of course,
it's easier to say what the official said when they're retired and Gene Steratore is giving his opinion versus what he did when he was officiating for real.
Of course.
split-second decisions. So these guys who are retired and doing officiating forever, stop being armchair quarterbacks because would not be the same if you're on the field.
No,
but you saw 2 plays last week where players got hurt just hitting their head. Parham and Bridgewater.
Yeah.
It's part of the game.
Yeah, and I think while it's part of the game, I'm for trying to make it as safe as you can. I am. I really am. But
I
at
want to
some
make it
point,
safe, but you can't do it to the point where the safety hinders the play.
No. And we're at that line. I really believe we're at that fine line. And I think we've been there for
And
a
then-
while.
No, we are at that line, and I mean, you hate seeing anyone get hurt. How many players got hurt last year just because they couldn't get training in because of COVID?
Yeah.
And you just have players blowing out their ACL and MCLs and Achilles.
I don't know the number, but it was a lot. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. So it's just an inherent part of the game. But and I'm going to go to one last thing. You saw Cleveland lose last night, but you saw them play competitive with 10 starters out and Nick Mullins. That proves you don't need Baker Mayfield.
Fair.
Nice.
Well,
At the money he's going to want.
That's fair.
For next year.
All right. That's a good point.
Right now, they only have a 17% chance of making the playoffs. Last night, they lost because of bad coaching.
Yeah, they lost. Bottom line is they lost. I mean, Nick Mullins had them competitive. They scored 14 freaking points. I mean,
Right, and Nick Mullins was on the scrap heap just last week.
I know. I understand.
That means you don't need Baker?
I guess I'm losing a little bit. They scored 14 points and they lost. So if Baker was there, they would have scored what? They would have. I guess a little bit. I'm not sure. Initially, I said, yeah, okay. But I'm with JJ now. How does that mean you don't need Baker? They lost. They scored 14 points.
For the money that Baker wants versus going out and getting another quarterback that isn't going to cause the drama you have on the team, because he's twofold. He's a headache, and he's not as good as he wants for the money he's going to ask for.
See, I agree with the second part of your statement. I just don't know that I think last night was what proved it. I think that's the right conclusion, but I don't know that. I mean, where are you? You're
Last night proved that you still need people to catch football, which they don't have.
Well, I mean, they got Brian back last night, so that's, they had a tight end who hadn't come back in a while.
How'd that work out for him?
He got a touchdown.
Okay.
Okay,
wide
but
open.
at
He
the
better
end,
cop
okay. So how would this narrative been today if they would have won last night with Nick Mullins?
Yeah.
Because Nick Mullins didn't lose the game.
Nick Mullins
the
did not
coaching
know.
did at the end of the game.
Nick Mullins played well enough that they were in position to win that game. 100%. All right, man. I appreciate you. No, it's
All right,
actually
you guys
good
have a good
talk, boy.
Christmas.
All right, you too. Merry Christmas. We'll
Well,
get back.
Yeah, it's if you pay Baker or not. That's a separate conversation.
Well, what he's saying is that kind of puts you over the top. I was already over the top. Like last night to me didn't prove that one way or the other to me. Did it to you?
No.
And they could have won 14-13 last night. I mean, Nick Mullins scoring 14 points doesn't tell me I don't need Baker Mayfield. Now, that team's pretty good.
I do think that it is I think we're all to the point where we say, oof, he's going to end up, if Cleveland keeps him, he's going to end up making more money than, that he's probably worth at this point in time.
That's right.
But I don't understand the second point to that, where what headache is Baker Mayfield causing? He's been playing through a busted shoulder
Seems like the
all
guys
season
like
long.
him, too. Yeah, he's not Johnny Manziel.
His family wasn't posting videos of him not making those throws. Yeah. I don't think that's an issue at all in Cleveland.
505-246-0610. If you're there, we're going to get to you as soon as we get back. How's the busiest time of year going for you guys? You feeling up to it? You running around? You good? If not, there's help. Guys, if you're dealing with some very natural things like fatigue or hair loss, weight gain, even erectile dysfunction, New Male is here to help. New Male's testosterone replacement has been helping men deal with these things for years. Men all over the country are feeling better because they made the call. They made the appointment. They went to New Male at 505-652-1688, or they visited newmale at numale.com. Facts. As you age, there's a really good chance you're going to be affected by these absolutely natural things. Nothing to be ashamed of. New Male is convenient. They're right here in Albuquerque. They're with you through the entirety of the treatment. And most of all, the results are real. This works. Isn't feeling better worth the call? Of course it is. Hit the holidays and the new year feeling like you again. Call New Male at 505-652-1688. That's 505-652-1688, or visit newmale.com and feel better.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out, it needs to be replaced. We're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all. For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
I prefer to do stuff online. I can find things much quicker, do the research I need, and have it shipped or waiting for me to pick up. The Shop by Payments option was perfect for me. I got online, clicked on Shop by Payments, put in my down payment and monthly budget, and the guessing was done. From laptop, I was able to nail down the bike I wanted, add a few customizations, and get an estimate on my trade-in.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Santa Paws has left thousands of holiday gifts for your furry, scaly, and winged family members. Pick up a gift for a pet lover or even a new pet. Clark's has shelves full of pet beds, sweaters, toys and treats, habitats and tanks galore. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark
AM 610, the sports animal.
So are we at a threshold in football on where rules are, where you can hit, where you can't, safety versus competition? How do these men continue to officiate as you throw more and more rules at them? It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck, A. Marie. Adrian's producing for you on the TV side. You can watch us on the Facebook, the OD, and the AM, Channel 26 on Comcast. Kevin, thanks for holding. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Man, you know, our society's got to decide, are we going to have football or not? You know, because you can only change so much before it just stops being football and starts becoming something else. All occupations, well, not all occupations, but a lot of occupations have an inherent danger to them or harm. If you take a look at police officers, you take a look at line workers, you know, a number of different occupations. And these guys are compensated extremely well for what they do. As much as it sucks that Chris Godwin got a torn ACL, and I feel bad for him for having that, he's also probably got a 6,000 square foot house that he's going to rehab in. And whenever they decide to make football their profession, they're not just deciding to get involved with the good side of it. Those guys have been playing football their whole lives. They've seen the bad side of it, and they know it can happen. And it's a conscious choice to do so, and it's just part of the game. You can only change the rules of football so much before it just stops being football and starts being something else.
And so you think we're there, huh? I mean, because we're close. And I agree with you in a large respect that it's inherent. But I also agree, look, it's inherent danger to be a police officer and be in the military, but we try to make it as safe as possible. So I see both sides on this. And so where's the line in football? And we might be at it. We might be at it.
But don't you think in some occupations that, like, for instance, a police officer, it's a danger, right? But if at any point it becomes dangerous to them, we then empower them to not be a police officer. Or in the military, if it gets too scary, you just don't do your job. And I say that as somebody, I was in the military for almost 30 years. And so my point is that we have such a culture of safety in this country that whenever danger presents itself, we decide that we're just going to step back and avoid it at all costs. And my point is that at some point, you end up changing the nature of what you're doing from one thing to another thing. And football is part of American culture. People like to say baseball is America's game. No, it's not, man. Football is. And it has a lot of the characteristics that we like to think make our country great. Toughness, the ability to overcome, resiliency, all those things. And after you remove so many of those things, those characteristics stop being present, and it's not what it once was.
All right, and I appreciate it, Kevin. It's I think it's a fair point, and basically he reaffirmed what I'm saying. We're at the line. Is it football anymore? How much do you litigate? How much more can you put into it?
I think everyone's scared because it's Tom Brady that he's going to change the rules, but they're not going to treat a wide receiver like they do a quarterback. And when a quarterback goes down, hit below the knees, we're seeing how they protect that position. Now they've made changes to the helmet rules, but I don't think that just because Chris Godwin went down, there's going to be enough from everyone else. They might say, okay, we hear you. If there's more across the league, then we'll look at it. But even with it being Tom Brady and everyone's upset and scared, Tom Brady's going to change the game, I don't see that happening.
I think you're right. Like I think you're right. Unless Cooper Kupp goes down tonight, same way. And next week...
Well, then does that not then show it's a real issue? If that's the case? Or is it... Like, if all of a sudden everyone's getting hit at the knees...
Well, I mean, it's happened to a number of guys. Chris Godwin's high profile and he's on Tom Brady's team. Right? I think it's an issue. I just think it's an issue that I don't know how you clean. Now, if you eliminate this hits to the head, penalties, right? Go back to where we were 20 years ago. Is Chris Godwin still getting hit like that? I think he is. I think guys were getting knee injuries then too.
I'll throw this on top of it.
Yeah.
If you didn't lose Leonard Fournette and Mike Evans in the same game, are they singing the same tune?
And maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. There was a lot of frustration coming out of the locker room after getting shut out and losing their top three weapons. 3 of their top 4. Gronk was there, dropping balls all night. No, I think it's fair. The conversation's interesting because it's not new. It's been ignited by this situation, and certainly with Tommy at the top of it. But it's there's going to be conversation about it. I just think if your target zone in football is shoulders to thighs, you don't have football anymore. Do we agree on that?
Yeah, because how do you play defense in that game?
You don't. You don't put flags on them. All right, meanwhile, we had games last night. we did have games last night. Vikings were winners, 17-9. We have 17-9 is 26, and we have 30 points scored. The unders were the winners. You take the unders last night?
I did not. I don't bet on my team.
It's probably best. What surprised you the most about last night? Anything?
I think what surprised me the most so far is seeing two teams win games where weather was not a factor and the quarterback threw for under 100 yards. It was Indianapolis and Carson Wentz 57 yards and 87 yards
That's not nothing
last
for
night for
that
Kirk
The
Cousins.
Bears have this thing with Dalvin Cook, and it's an ongoing thing. He can never rush over 100 yards against them. It's like an ongoing joke now. He carried the ball 29
I don't
times.
think it's funny, just so you know.
Well, fantasy football owners, I'm trying to laugh about it.
Yeah,
Jesus,
you can call
we
it
just
a joke
can't.
all you want, but it's not a funny one.
But yeah, 29 carries. That's
Yeah, no, they fed him. They fed him, and he had a couple catches. They fed him all night.
Yeah.
But you win. I don't think you care how you win. I think at this point in the season, I don't care how you win. 17-9 or 39-38. You don't care. You just as long as you win. All right, let's hit this one. 505-246-0610. We're actually going to hit one on time. Doesn't happen always.
Woo!
I want to get into the Antonio Brown situation. Daniel Jones has been shelved. Lobos are back at it tonight on the floor against Norfolk State in the pit. We've got to get into the requirements there that are going to happen on the 28th. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, A. Marie Adrienne on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
Daydreaming about the cheesy gordita. I'm attorney Mo Maestas. I just want to wish all the athletes, coaches, and families a very Merry Christmas this holiday season. Be sure to play hard, play through the clock, and have a great time with your teammates. I've been a trial lawyer in this town for 23 years, so you can get a hold of me at 505-304-7497. But have a very Merry Christmas. God bless. We'll see you in the new year.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Santa Paws has left thousands of holiday gifts for your furry, scaly, and winged family members. Pick up a gift for a pet lover or even a new pet. Clark's has shelves full of pet beds, sweaters, toys and treats, habitats and tanks galore. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's is celebrating 50 years. Thanks to you, the Christmas Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, I'm Joe with Everguard Roofing and Solar, and I'm proud to say I'm standing next to our University of New Mexico Lobo football quarterback, Terry Wilson. We at Everguard Roofing and Solar are active in our community, and we love the Lobos.
What I love about Everguard Roofing and Solar is their commitment to excellence, and that's what I'm all about. That's why I support this company, because they care about the people of New Mexico.
A hole in your roof or a whole new roof?
Go Lobos!
Everguard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number.
Do it! Just do it! You can do it! It's the opening drive, Kino. Oh, wait, I better be careful. On 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal. Kent State, Wyoming. That's your first bowl game today in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. And then it is the Tropical Smoothie Cafe Frisco Bowl in a place I'm familiar with in Toyota Stadium. UTSA and 24th ranked San Diego State today.
I'm looking forward to that
That's
one.
a good one, and that's up against the Ram game. So that's a double screen.
PIP.
Yeah, totally. And then it's like, well, I mean, Rams are on, Aztecs are on. Am I going to watch the Lobos in Norfolk State? That might be a computer game tonight.
It might be.
I mean, I know it's my job and all, but figure that out. Jeff, JJ, A-Marie, and Adrian, let's go to it. Edwards, you are on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Good day, sir.
It's an honor to be on the Quan's
Yes, it is.
hotline. Thank you so much.
Yes.
This is such great subject matter. By the way, Kent State, home of NFL all-time greats, James Harrison. I think he was an NFL Defensive Player of the Year and made one of the biggest plays in Super Bowl history. And, of course, Julian Edelman, freaking Super Bowl MVP. So
Quarterback under
I'm looking
his
forward to
head
that.
coach, Doug Martin. That's right.
And Coach Doug Martin as well, which did a stellar job this year given the circumstances, and continued success wherever he ends up. I love that you bring up this subject matter regarding the hit. Let me preface this by saying the Saints did a great defensive game plan, outplayed them. Injuries are part of the game. I completely get all that. This goes back about a decade. The Cleveland Browns had a guy named T.J. Ward, which eventually became a Super Bowl champion with Denver Broncos. and he came in. The Patriots were the number one, cruising, best team in the league. T.J. Ward came from 15 yards out and went at Gronk's knees and took him out, basically took him out, right? And people will say, well, it's part of the game. Chris Collinsworth immediately on the telecast said he had a big issue with it. Chris Collinsworth knows the game 1,000% better. He played the game. He's commentated on the game for about 2 decades now. I don't know if he's in the Hall of Fame or not. He probably isn't. He knows the game 1,000 times better than anybody who's going to call into this show, and said this needs to be addressed. The reason it's already within the confines of the NFL rules. When an offensive line is engaged in a block, if somebody comes in low, they call it unprotected player. And if you come in low, if a second player comes in low to their knees, it's a personal foul. The crack black block, which I know is not a knee, but if the crack black block on an interception or a punt return, that's been removed from the game. I think if he goes, what is the definition of a defensive player? Chris Godwin had no awareness. I mean, there's defenders over the middle. His leg was planted. A guy comes and hits him low, right? No wherewithal. Takes him out for the year, right? In a contract year, which, by the way, Godwin, these are other data. He's having a great year. He's in a contract year, and he's done. He's done for the year. 100% of the fans on this show, but you alluded to this. If Cooper Kupp got hurt tonight in the same capacity, there'd be an outcry. If Tyreek Hill got hit in the same manner, there'd be an outcry. Or Travis Kelce. Go down your list of receivers. It's already within the confines of the rules. You got to protect a defenseless player. In that capacity, he was a defensive player. Now, Kevin called it, and he had some very good points. You sign up for risks, but there's a decorum in the NFL. And Williams, the guy from the Saints, not only did it to Godwin that night, he came in low on Gronk, and he came in low on Evans. 3 different times. 3 different times he came in low.
And then if he goes in high, it's a penalty, and everyone's complaining.
What do you want him to do?
Like, Williams went down to the ground. Chris Godwin caught the football. So are you supposed to let him catch the football, run, and then try to make a tackle?
No, that's a good point, JJ, and that validates Jeff's point. You're asking the referee to process so much information that the game has changed. Well, you have to evolve. Not only, I think players are going to have to evolve in the capacity that not only do you have to have the physical capabilities to play in the NFL, but you have to be able to process information as well quickly. I think there should be a rule change.
So what are you suggesting?
Tom Brady-led team.
What are you suggesting?
What I'm suggesting is within the confines of the current rules of a defensive player, that was the clear, concise definition of a defensive player. Of not being not having visibility to the defender and then coming in low, right? So what do? I don't know what the solution is, but I just think, to me, there's a decorum in the league, and that was cheap. It was cheap, and that's not because I'm rooting for Tom Brady.
It was legal.
If I saw Tyreek Hill get hit like that, I'd be upset.
You got the coach. You got the coach and the team. Tampa Bay saying it was a legal hit. I mean, now I guess there's a difference between it can be legal and cheap at the same time. I imagine. What do you want the man to do? How are you supposed to play defense? He's not trying to hurt him. He hit him in the knees. The speed at which these men are moving, like you're hitting a moving target anyway. Okay, you're going. This is you. You launch, you start your tackle, guy's one place, you don't know which way he's going. Heads go somewhere, knees go somewhere, like it's inherent. And so the question remains, what do you want him to freaking do?
It's a great point. And so let's pull up just 50 feet here. In the grand scheme, if you take a larger view, right, I think the adage, and JJ does a good job of laying this out, like it's kind of either lazy takes or offbeat takes. I think NFL fans in general, they're accustomed and sequestered to what they believe. You talk to 70s guys, they're like, well, might as well put a skirt on the quarterback. That's the wrong answer. You have to take a broader view of the game, and it may answer your question here, Jeff. I don't know what you do, but the game has to continually evolve. I don't know what the solution is, but I would encourage NFL fans to say what worked even 5, 7, 8 years ago, you have to change, because if you're really about league safety, then that was in the realm of against league safety, because he was an unprotected player in the same realm. Let's say he had gotten hit high. There would have been a personal foul, maybe an ejection. It just so happened that he came in low. So I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I think that it needs to be looked at. And Chris Collinsworth They even went to break, and when they came back from break, he stayed on topic and said, this clearly needs to be addressed. But
look, I think everybody agrees with that. I just don't know anybody's got the answer to it. I think everybody agrees.
I don't know, Jeff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And that's the whole point. All right. No, appreciate you.
Hey, thanks for taking my call, guys. I appreciate the content.
Man. Everybody agrees it needs to be addressed. I just don't think anybody has the answer for it.
Like, I know Chris Godwin got hurt, but I don't watch that play and say that's a cheap shot. Like, the safety just went down, put his shoulder out. Godwin caught it. So what you're advocating for is essentially letting every pass be complete, and then the defense has to rally and make a play.
Yeah. Continue it. Phones are ringing at 505-246-0610. Had 2 games last night. Lobos go tonight. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Channel.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
I prefer to do stuff online. I can find things much quicker, do the research I need, and have it shipped or waiting for me to pick up. The Shop by Payments option was perfect for me. I got online, clicked on Shop by Payments, put in my down payment and monthly budget, and the guessing was done. From the laptop, I was able to nail down the bike I wanted, add a few customizations, and get an estimate on my trade-in.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at FiestaSubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at FiestaSubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
I'm attorney Mo Maestas. I just want to wish all the athletes, coaches, and families a very Merry Christmas this holiday season. Be sure to play hard, play through the clock, and have a great time with your teammates. I've been a trial lawyer in this town for 23 years, so you can get a hold of me at 505-304-7497. But have a very Merry Christmas. God bless. We'll see you in the new year.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Santa Paws has left thousands of holiday gifts for your furry, scaly, and winged family members. Pick up a gift for a pet lover or even a new pet. Clark's has shelves full of pet beds, sweaters, toys and treats, habitats and tanks galore. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's is celebrating 50 years. Thanks to you, the Christmas Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Media station. Even if they're not that proud of us.
7 o'clock in the morning.
7 a.m. where have you been? 7 a.m. where is your brother?
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 2-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, and J.J. Bach.
2 football games in the National Football League yesterday, 2 more today, level basketball today, and the conversation is where's football going? How do you make it relatively safer but yet still being football? And I don't know that there's an answer. It's the opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. So you're shaking your head. Do you not like this conversation? I know we've had it before.
I think this conversation is overblown because one man's involved.
Well, but this is always so what happened? How did we remember in baseball?
Mm-hmm.
You used to be able to run over the catcher at home plate, and how did that rule change? Buster Posey got blown up, right? I mean, that's how these things happen. How did we get to a point in the NFL for 1 year where you were able to review every pass interference or ask for one with a flag because there was an egregious missed call in the playoffs? That's how these things come to light.
And then you have a Sunday night football game where everyone is watching. It's not necessarily, let's take a look at this replay. What's going on in a game over here in the Sunday afternoon. Chris Collinsworth going off on it. But I watch that play over and over in real time, in slow motion, and nothing about it screamed cheap football play.
So, and I think most people concur, including the people on the team which Chris Godwin is a member, right? Bruce Arians said it's a legal play. Tom Brady said it's a legal play. Now, but it's a legal play, but it's dangerous. I think, but you can watch that and say it's dangerous, right? You can say that's legal, but dangerous. Now, dangerous and dirty don't mean the same thing, do they? I don't think so.
Then everything a defender does is dangerous.
Ding, ding.
And that's where it's hard to see. It's like, I know Chris Godwin got hurt.
Yep.
The knee injury loses a year. It's easy for these guys. And this is a conversation. I didn't play Division I football. I didn't play in the NFL. This is their livelihood, and injuries taking away a year could, for some of these guys, take away their career. But it's also one that, as hard as it is in the moment, and I try to listen and talk to football players about this, you can rebuild a knee. There's stuff that you can't see that with the head injuries, that they're just trying to limit what happens 10, 15 years down the line.
I'm going to tell you, Chris Godwin, who's a free agent and is up to make a lot of money next year, would have rather sat out 2 games with a concussion than a blown-out knee. Now, I'm not telling you that's right. I'm not telling you that's right long term.
No, I know that's because it's in the moment.
Yes, 100%.
And so the NFL is not just trying to protect these guys and keep the game that is really hard to officiate and play somewhat safe. It's all that stuff. Will Smith made a movie and this and that. Like, there are real ramifications that even if you don't tear your knee up, you're gonna have.
But in the moment, you don't care.
After the fact.
Yeah, but in the moment, I want to make my money. Let me deal with it when I'm an old man at 40. Yeah. You see it coming quick, don't you? You're not that damn old at 40, are you? When I'm an old man at 50, you're not that damn old at 50. But I had this conversation with Eric Dickerson the other day at dinner the other night. We were talking about some of the stuff and playing and the injuries and what he feels and the differences in the game, and your perspective when you're 20 something in your prime and ready to make that next big check. and the next big contract, as opposed to when you're 40 and 50 and 60. Tommy, good morning to you.
He's not the only one shaking the head right now. I'm shaking my head because, like you guys said before, what are you going to do? Where are you going to hit these guys at?
Yes.
And, I mean, and even I have a question about, I know there's the horse collar tackle rule, which I agree with, but I saw a few times in a few games where the guy, is it just the horse collar? He just grabbed the guy's shirt in the middle and pulled him down. So that counts as the horse collar?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
if it was back behind the collar, if you get underneath the collar and pull him back that way, it's a horse collar tackle.
Even the middle of the shirt towards the lower back.
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think
considered
that
a
is.
horse
No,
collar?
I don't think that is. No, I don't think that is.
And they called it, though. They called it in a game, and I
Sometimes
said,
they miss.
okay. And the thing is, so when a guy gets ahead of you, what are you supposed to do? Now, when I used to play semi-pro ball, most of the time I try to jump on his back and ride him down or just jump and try to grab his leg. I guess that's all you can
Yeah,
do in
I think
that
they just missed
situation.
that. No, I think they missed that one. I mean, sometimes you miss a call, too.
Sure. I mean, what are you going to do? And the thing about Brady that amazes me, what Tom Brady said, I've seen interviews where he said the defense is at a real disadvantage now, and I've seen different interviews that he said that, and it's like, well, you're one of the reasons that the rule was created for you jumping at the knees that gave the defense kind of a disadvantage, and now he's complaining that the defense is at a disadvantage with some of the rules. I mean, what else is the defense going to do? They hit the quarterback. You have to kind of let up and maybe catch yourself on the ground and lift yourself up off the quarterback. I'm seeing a lot of guys hitting the quarterback in different ways and rolling off him immediately so he doesn't get driving him into the ground. I mean, what are you supposed to do? I guess to put flags on him. I mean, what are you supposed to do? I'm totally baffled.
Yeah, it's hard. I see where these defensive, they're going full speed at a quarterback. He throws the ball. They try to ease up. They run into him and they get a flag, or they get blocked and they fall into a guy's legs and they get flagged. I don't know how you play anymore, and that's where these guys are getting so frustrated. And I'm going to tell you, officiating is just as hard. I talked to some of the officials at our game last week about some of these rules, and there's just so much they're looking for now, and each year you throw more and more. And what's the emphasis? And they get from the officiating leadership, whatever that is, and the conference or the league. We're emphasizing this, or you're emphasizing look for this, and so you see more hands to the face, or you see more blocking below the low blocks. You know what I'm saying? Like, how much can you handle at a game that is being played at that speed?
Well, most of the time, I guess defensive players going in to sack the quarterback are just thinking, let me just see if I can knock the ball out and just leave him alone. Or I guess you could just hit them and push them and hope they go down.
And hope they don't throw a flag.
Yeah, I know. It's sad. All right, guys, have a good day.
See you. Yeah, it's become increasingly hard, A, to play defense, and B, to officiate. I mean, it's borderline. I don't know, man. I mean, am I wrong? Do you look every incomplete pass? Do you pause and wait for a flag?
Everyone does, not just pause and wait for a flag. They're throwing their hands up. Like, there's a lot of contact.
Begging, yeah.
And you saw it, one of those in the Raiders-Browns game, a play where just throw it up and hope there's enough contact, and there is, kind of grab it.
Oh, the one that Derek Carr threw out of the end zone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming back and impeded his progress, throw the flag. And then so if you're a defender, like, okay, it's hard enough. And I'm not.
But here I am standing still. Now the guy's running back into
trying
me.
to come back, but I'm impeding his progress.
All
right, pass interference, big time play there. Now I understand that the not wanting guys to lead with their helmets.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
Yeah, we've seen it so many times. Not just blowing up
Yes.
a receiver, you blow up your teammate because you don't know what you're doing. You're just putting your head down. I get that part of it. But this one was, a guy went down, was aiming for a thigh, and as you say, we see it all the time with helmet hits, things move. Chris Godwin catches it, starts to make a step. The defender is just right there, hasn't moved. I'm going to try to get this guy on the ground. Suffers a horrible knee injury, which stinks.
It's football.
But now it's like, we got to change the game. I didn't hear him screaming that all Sunday.
I'm with you. So where is the fine line? I think we're at it. I just do. I think we're at it. If you start litigating low hits now out, as well as high hits,
like low hits in certain areas, like I get with the linemen,
That's right.
Like
That's right.
in the tackle box, because now linemen also in some instances can't cut a defensive lineman.
Yeah.
when you're not looking, things like that. But if you're a defensive back, a linebacker, in the course of a play, what we're saying now at this point in time is you have to let the receiver make a catch, a football move, and then try to tackle him.
You got to be able to take the man down. My daughter asked me the other day, how come the offensive guys are able to face mask a guy when they stiff arm? How come they're allowed to put their hands on a guy's face, but nobody else can put a hand on a face? I mean, it's a great point, right? If Dalvin Cook or Josh Jacobs or Darrell Henderson are running on the sideline and they great stiff arm. He put his hand right on the man's face.
The angry runs.
That's okay.
Of course.
Right?
Yes.
Look, at some point, we're going to have to back this thing down. It's a dangerous game. You will not litigate the danger out of football. You can't. I'm telling you it's right. It's that game. And the men who choose to play it understand it. It sucks that Chris Godwin got hurt. It really does. It sucks it sucks that Teddy Bridgewater got hurt the way he did. That's the nature of that game. And honestly, it's probably why you all love it so much. No, you think I'm kidding?
No, I'm not.
I mean, why is that game the most popular game in America? And it is. It's more popular than soccer. Sorry, world. It's more popular than baseball and basketball. It is. We love it. Because of the athleticism, the hard hitting. It's great. What gets you off you sit at Bourbon and Boots. What gets the biggest, aside from touchdown Raiders? What gets the hard hit? Oh, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, and dudes are getting up and they're hugging each other and slap. What? Right?
And that's the key. I still want those guys to get up.
Yeah.
After the fact.
Everybody does.
And it's not just kind of the culture that we've come up in football with that physical toughness, the big hits, which were glamorized for so long. In this, it's all that's invested. And, skill position players matter a lot more because, just kind of to your point, we've seen, people love the big hits, but what do they love too? They love their fantasy football team. They love their pets, and
they love winning.
Your quarterbacks and wide receivers.
505-246-0610. All right, we'll turn the page when we get back. Lobos play Norfolk State tonight. We'll get into what the vaccination mandates will be in the pit starting on the 28th. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, A-Marie, and Adrian on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
No family should lose someone they love.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When looking for the best experience while buying an all-new Kia, Fiesta Kia offers some of the most knowledgeable and friendly Kia specialists in New Mexico. They'll help you find the Kia that will meet all your expectations. Kias have some of the most affordable vehicles for you to choose from, offering extensive options and style for the price. And with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, Kia won't be beat. Come be a part of the Fiesta family today, 7400 Lomas Boulevard Northeast, or start driving now at fiestakia.com.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Santa Paws has left thousands of holiday gifts for your furry, scaly, and winged family members. Pick up a gift for a pet lover or even a new pet. Clark's has shelves full of pet beds, sweaters, toys and treats, habitats, and tanks galore. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's is celebrating 50 years. Thanks to you, the Christmas Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
That is dealing with some issues. Losing to SMU is not a bad loss. SMU is a lot better than New Mexico right now. But it's coming out of that game with questions about Jethro Muscadin, with questions about, is this team bought in? Are they on the same page? And that's what has Lobo fans frustrated right now, is you're December 21st. You're not even in conference play. And you're wondering, is this team going to be able to hold it together?
Tonight's interesting. To your point, going into the break, a 9-3 team, their most impressive win, I don't know, maybe it's against Bowling Green. I mean, they've beaten Bowling Green, William and Mary, Tennessee State. They split with Hampton. That's one of their losses, a 1-point loss to Hampton. UNC Wilmington, they've got a common opponent in Grambling. They just lost to Wichita State. And actually played with Wichita State fairly well. I don't want to say it's a must-win game. I don't even know if it's a kind of got to win game, but it feels like a kind of got to win game, doesn't it?
That's a kind of got to win game. You can't lose this game, even with those questions. Like you come out that backcourt, whether it's Sebastian Forsling, Emmanuel Quach, this is one you have to get right now if you're New Mexico.
The Lobos going into this, then they will have their break, right? And then it gets real. Then it's Colorado State. A week from today opens conference play. Colorado State in the pit. Then they go to Nevada on New Year's Day. Lobos have lost.
We'll see if they go to Nevada on New Year's Day.
What's the issue?
Nevada had their game tonight against Grand Canyon postponed. Third game out of the last 5 that Nevada won't be playing due to
their COVID issues. It's their COVID issues, and they've been hit really hard. I mean, Alfred was down, Noodles was down a while ago. You guys had a big conversation on COVID last week, right? On when it's shutting down. The National Hockey League is basically after tonight shutting down for a few days. They're
until after Christmas.
They're pausing until after Christmas. Now Christmas is Saturday. I said last week, I am so glad we played the PUBG Mobile New Mexico Bowl on Saturday, because I don't know why we would all sit here and think the rest of the sports world is getting hit by COVID and we're not. But so far, I mean, it's been very minimal. There were some players who had to stay in the Bahamas a few extra days, as I told you yesterday, but so far we've been lucky. Colorado State just had a game shut down, didn't they? If I'm not mistaken.
There's been a lot in college basketball.
Yeah, and that kind of led to yesterday's announcement at the Pit. And starting next week for the Colorado State game, to enter the Pit, you will be required to have a vaccination, proof of vaccination. This can be interesting, too. I would suggest you get there a little earlier, too, because I don't know. Did Eddie get – I didn't see Eddie's press conference. Did you?
So they are going to open the doors earlier.
And you're going to have to show – so your ticket is it going to be a different spot? Or is the ticket takers going to have to scan your ticket and okay, your vaccination?
Then look at your card. And they also said that a photo of it is okay.
It is okay. Yeah. No. Well, don't you have a photo of yours on your phone?
You can upload it to your wallet too. There's if people haven't done that.
Yeah, I think most of us who have been vaccinated have a picture of it on our phone, right? And then, so now, or. Is there a separate spot for the vaccination proof or COVID test proof? Or is that the ticket taker's responsibility, you know? Because it's just going to take a long time to get you through, is all I'm saying. So, if you and this town loves to leave 10 minutes before the game, get there early. I was really surprised at our game the other day, how early, but then I realized this isn't a total New Mexico crowd, right? There were so many people from El Paso and from Fresno who were getting there early. Like I was, 10 minutes before the game, like, wow, our stands are filled up pretty nice over there and over there. The people got out of the parking lot to go watch the football game. You guys probably weren't there yet, right? What time? When did you get in the stadium?
Right before the game.
Okay. I mean, the tent, right when our tent stopped serving you booze?
Maybe.
I'm just saying.
Hey, I was catching up with Brett and Ryan Danoff.
Yeah, that's good people.
Good people.
Them's good people.
We were getting in as many beers as we can before we went in.
That's what we're there for.
That's what we're there for.
So I got an email already on this, on vaccine from Lobo Hobo. Jeff, for comparison, when UNLV did this, they lost about 8% of their season ticket holders. About half took credit towards next year's tickets. The other half bailed completely. John says, good morning, people. I just learned about the requirements to go to the Pit. So if everyone is injected or proves negative tests in the previous 72 hours, does this mean you don't have to wear a mask? No, this does not. They also are going to require, when you are not eating or drinking, you are going to be required to wear a mask at the Pit. So this is where this thing is. It's, if you haven't noticed, taken off over the last however long, 2 weeks. This new variant has been very aggressive, and this is where it's going to be. You're playing, beats the hell out of last year. This is kind of how I look at it, JJ. We just had our kickoff luncheon. Our capacity was down at Isletto, who was a great host for us, by the way. Because of COVID, capacity went from 750 down to 540. And you know what? The luncheon was still really good. We had it. You know what we didn't have last year? Anything. So I know everybody wants to snap their fingers and go back. And I'm not telling you this is great. I'm not telling you like it. I'm not telling you you love it. I am telling you live with it. And whatever that means to you, live with it. If that means you're going to go and you're going to be able to deal with it, that's cool. And if you're not, then you're not. But it's where we are. And I know I'm not going to get political with you. I'm not going to tell you how it should be. This is where they are.
And it's also a move for UNM to not just protect their people, try to protect their teams. It's protect their interests overall too. Because the last thing you want to have is somehow, some way, you're able to point back to, well, this
where I got
Pit game caused this explosion. And so you're trying to balance that. You're going to have people that are upset, that are going to ask for their money back, that are going to be straight done with athletics. You've seen that. As there is nothing that anyone is on the same page with. It's understandable. But if you're UNM, you've gotten to this point. As Eddie Nunez talked about yesterday, of what they've been able to do, how many of their athletic teams they've been able to keep on the court, the field, the pitch, whatever it may be over the last year, they're the same people that they're working with to make this decision.
High school basketball players are playing with masks, correct?
They still are, yes.
All right. So, yes, the answer is, John, you are still going to be asked to wear a mask in the arena when you're not eating and drinking. You know, I feel bad for these ushers, too. I mean, we talk about you've tasked NFL officials with more and more stuff and here and there, and you got to look out for more. These ushers now are being asked to go, hey, sir, can you put your mask on? And not everybody's very kind to them as they're out there trying to do their job. But so this is where we are. So you can react to that. Are you going tonight? Tuesday night against Norfolk State. They get the Christmas break, and then next Tuesday night, the best team in the Mountain West will be in town. Colorado State's ranked right now, aren't they?
Colorado State is ranked. Colorado State is the best team in the Mountain West Conference right now, and I think they're going to continue that throughout conference play. And just also the Pitt mandates or changes start the 28th.
Yeah, not today. It's the next week. When's the next women's game?
The 28th.
And I performed that day.
That's the 9 o'clock game.
Mm-hmm. There's a women's game before.
Yeah, and then Lobos at 9 o'clock, and Amory is at the halftime entertainment.
And there'll be very embarrassing content coming out on their Instagram of me this next week.
What do you mean?
I made content with the guys, Jalen House and Javonte Johnson.
You made the content?
Made content with them.
So that'll be used that day or what?
To promote the show, the game.
Late night in the pit.
How long
Late
are they
night in
giving
the
you?
pit. Huh?
How long are they giving you? How long is your
I
set?
think I do like 6 minutes.
You already got it kind of written?
Yeah.
Is it good?
I mean, I hope so.
I mean, you want to try it out on me later or what?
Sure.
Kind of
I'll run. Yeah, I'll run it.
So
by
it'll be a late night for you.
Oh yeah.
And then JJ's taking the next day off, I think, and so it's just me and you the next day. I
Let's
expect you to
go.
be in like big form.
Bushy tail.
He might take the next day off. I don't know. He's deciding. He'll let us know. And we'll learn.
Well, I'm taking Monday
It's
off.
more of
We'll learn in like the second
when
segment.
the flights.
All right.
leave.
Yeah. Aren't we switching around? I'm taking off Monday.
All right.
Because I'll be driving back from Phoenix.
Oh, that's right.
Vacation roulette at the end of the year.
I promise. Oh, and maybe even at the beginning. 505-246-0610. How you doing on your shopping? Huh? You done? I know you're not. You're looking for something last minute for that special someone or someone who's really hard to buy for. May I strongly suggest just get over to All in Autographs, okay? So even if you don't think you're going to go buy something, even while you're over there, everybody's in the uptown kind of area, Wyoming and Manal. Stop by there. Go by their website, go to allinautographs.com, and then take a look. They are a world-class sports entertainment memorabilia collectible destination, a store that is as good as they were. My brother was there the other day. He lives in Southern California. He's like, dude, that's as good as I've ever seen anywhere. Like that place is unbelievable. Yes, that's what I've been telling people. They've got stuff that you are going to love and you're going to want. And right now they got the red and green sale going and stickers on all their stuff. 20 to 40% off those things. Still through the end of the year, all frame jerseys are 20% off. And still, if you use my name or tell them you heard it on the radio from me or use my code Jeff959, you get $50 off an item of $200 or more. Allinautographs.com is their website. Take a look at them. Then go see them. They're at 2225 Wyoming Northeast. That is in the Hoffmantown Plaza, just to the south of Manal. You can call them at 505-504-7575. All in Autographs, remembering the greats and celebrating legacies through autographs, sports, music, entertainment, and history memorabilia.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
I'm attorney Mo Maestas. I just want to wish all the athletes, coaches, and families a very Merry Christmas this holiday season. Be sure to play hard, play through the clock, and have a great time with your teammates. I've been a trial lawyer in this town for 23 years, so you can get a hold of me at 505-304-7497. But have a very Merry Christmas. God bless, and we'll see you in the new year.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Santa Paws has left thousands of holiday gifts for your furry, scaly, and winged family members. Pick up a gift for a pet lover or even a new pet. Clark's has shelves full of pet beds, sweaters, toys and treats, habitats and tanks galore. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's is celebrating 50 years. Thanks to you, the Christmas Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to
Get you some emails as well. I probably should open the texter, huh? It's been a minute. How's that been for you? Been a nice place? What?
I don't think we looked at
Full
the
of
text.
holiday joy.
Yeah. You can also show your vaccine record on the vaccinenm.org website through your phone, says the texter. Okay. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. So I don't know how that's going to work, and they're probably going to figure that out, but you're going to need to be patient. You're going to need to be patient when you go. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. I said earlier I don't trust the Buffalo Bills, right, as much as I want to, because they hadn't beaten anybody who they've beaten. And Todd says the Buffalo Bills equal UTEP, ? Jeff, you just had a team in your game that didn't beat a single club with a winning record. Todd, that's correct. I didn't tell you I think UTEP can win a championship, and they sure as hell played a pretty nice game against a now 10-3 good football team. Did I miss it? Did they play pretty well?
They played well. Interesting leap there from talking about a potential Super Bowl contender to competing in a bowl game.
Yeah. I mean, to me, you're right. Yes, we did. Todd, 100% right. Turned out to be a pretty damn good watch, and they played well. So I never once told you I think UTEP would win a championship.
They should have been playing in the college football playoff.
That's not what I said. Right.
No one said that
ever. No. Tiger Woods equals Lobo recruits. Sounds like the same formula. Does it come from the same? I just want to see if it comes from the same email. No, it doesn't. Same format. Tiger Woods equals Lobo recruits? ? Jeff, Tiger Woods weekend walkthrough was the same as a Lobo recruit walking off the plane and looking great in shorts and a T-shirt. I'm not going to get excited until I see him in a breeze. Fair enough. Fact that Tiger played golf this weekend after everything we heard about his foot and his leg and the shattered nature thereof would tell me that there's Carl, define get excited. If you think Tiger's going to be out there at 46 every week competing to win, then you'll never get excited. You're done with those guys. Break out your VCR and pop in some tapes, right? Because that's how you're going to watch that. If you're excited that Tiger was out playing golf, and Justin Thomas who said he was so much better than I thought he would be, and
the ability to hit a golf ball right now is unbelievable.
Feels that way, right? He was out there with his kid. I told you, man, and good for him out there. By the way, you know who can play? Charlie. Like, his kid can ball.
Hey, shout out to the Daly family
making
that
money,
won
man.
the tournament.
The Dailies won. Yeah. All right, that's great. I mean, that is wonderful. The Dailies won.
John Daly's kid's getting no love.
Yeah, John Daly's kid's getting absolutely screwed in this whole thing. Absolutely. You're right.
Hey, what? Nope.
What's John Daly's kid's name? Since you want to promote him so much. See? Exactly.
Charlie.
But Charlie can ball. And,
it is so insane, like the mannerisms, because a lot of that was just natural.
Yeah.
'Cause your kid just grows up,
it watches
you, wants to follow you,
and
everything is Tiger to the T in Charlie.
It's it is pretty special. Yeah, it is pretty something special, and he can play. But
how do you think? Because he is already so good. Charlie at golf.
What is he, 12?
He's 12 years old. And it's an unbelievable moment. That's such a cool tournament. To see playing with your dad or your kid. It's fantastic what golf does. But how do you think Tiger manages Charlie moving forward? Because he's 12 years old and people are probably like, well, this dude's going to be a major winner.
Yeah. What did he learn from the way his dad managed him? No, it's actually really, really interesting. I'm going to guess probably not as hard as Earl managed him, right? Probably not as hard as Earl pushed him. For a couple of reasons, right? Earl Tiger's father did not have the means that Tiger obviously has now, right? So there was probably a push to, you've got to do this, you've got to do this, you've got to do this, because this is going to give you the lifestyle. Charlie will have the lifestyle if he doesn't lift a finger the rest of his life, right? So the motivation, and that doesn't make Earl a bad guy by any means. Earl wanted to do what he believed was best for his son. I fully believe that, whether it was right or wrong. But I think because of that, Tiger will manage it differently and more of a, hey, is this what you want to do? I'll be here, but you make the call. You tell me when to back off, kind of a thing. Does that sound fair?
Because it does look, and you just never know with the end of this, but like he's like Charlie's in on golf. Like he
feels like it. Yeah, like he
likes it. He's
yeah.
excited to be able to do that.
Yeah, yeah. And so he's going to go into the family business. Right, and there's a lot of people who grow up and go into the family business.
Of course.
Whether your family owns Palms Trading Company and you grew up and you're going to take it over, or your dad runs an insurance company and you take over the list, or whatever. And some people go the completely other way. Family business here is golf, and it feels like Charlie likes it. And I'll tell you what, you like things you're good at now. You like things at which you are successful, correct? We tend to want, you put in the work, you want the payoff. And the young man feels like he's pretty damn good at it. But my sense, and from being 1,000 miles away from it, JJ, is it feels like Charlie was exposed to it, did other things, and kind of drifted to this because, I mean, obviously Daddy was there every day, and he grew up in a home in a backyard where he's kind of just a golf course, right? I mean, a putting green, and so he was probably out there all the time with his dad because, just doing it and learning it. I mean, if you looked at his swing, I've told you this, right? Golf pros kids have unbelievable swings. I've watched Zach Huffle's kid. I've watched Nick Nee's kid. David Muddett's son, Charlie, has an unbelievable swing. Jason McWhorter, all these local pros. All these guys are local golf pros, and their kids have unbelievable games. So you grow up and you have that, and you start winning. That's my feel. But what a great event, huh? What a great event to watch. All right, I got an email on Downtown Stadium. Well, whatever. It's why it's not going to work. And the story in the paper, well, United have a new. Where else were United going to go? Even if there was a stadium, of course United was going to go back to Isotopes Park this year, right? And it sounds like they're not done with it. They're talking. That was the big story in the paper today. So if you want to get in on that, you can. 505-246-0610. 888-922-0610. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. Adrian on TV. A. Marie on the radio. Glad you're remembering you listened to 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
To do is dream of what to do with it next.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at FiestaSubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at FiestaSubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Hi, I'm Joe with Everguard Roofing and Solar, and I'm proud to say I'm standing next to our University of New Mexico Lobo football quarterback, Terry Wilson. We at Everguard Roofing and Solar are active in our community, and we love the Lobos.
What I love about Everguard Roofing and Solar is their commitment to excellence, and that's what I'm all about. That's why I support this company, because they care about the people of New Mexico.
A hole in your roof or a whole new roof?
Go Lobos!
Everguard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at FiestaSubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at FiestaSubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
All right, we got football tonight. So where we get all our football is like NFL Network, where I know that the Red Zone's giving it to me. If you've got that.
Both
NFL
games are on Fox.
Both games are on Fox, but you only get one because they're at the same time. So where are the two games?
Is it depending where you are?
Yeah, certainly.
And
So
other ones on network.
I would guess we would get the Rams in Seattle out here, right, as opposed to Washington And the Eagles? Wouldn't that make more sense?
Yes.
All right. I don't know, man.
You're going to have to use your Sunday ticket for one, probably.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm going to do. And that'll... so I can split screen Sunday ticket.
Because you got to get PIP involved. Because I want to see some UTSA San Diego State.
So that's going to be good, right?
The Tropical
Smoothie Cafe.
Smoothie Cafe Frisco Bowl.
That's correct.
Very important.
Yeah.
Doing my best to name these bowl games correctly. And how much is put into that. 2 NFL games. Got a Lobo basketball game. Well, it's kind of got a win game for New Mexico. It's kind of got to watch a game. Not one like, oh, we're just breezing by UT Permian Basin before the break.
Is that who the Aggies played yesterday? You know what, though? Like, with all due respect, I mean, well, let me find the Aggie schedule. Because have they played one of those yet?
Yes.
They had already played one of those?
Yes. I don't like those for anyone. If the Lobos played that game, too, I'd be like, what are we doing? So,
the Aggies had not played one of those games yet. They did. They played Highlands. Okay. All right. So, what are you doing playing UT Permian Basin? Was it Panhandle? It was UT Permian Basin. Aggies won last night 84-59. Before that,
and they played
Northern New Mexico. All right. Yeah. Probably. What are you doing? Yeah. All right. What are you doing?
Just getting some dates.
I will tell you that 4-game road trip that they swept.
Oh, they're still very good basketball.
Was pretty damn impressive.
Yes.
That
was a great stretch of basketball.
Like the Aggies are 11-2, and went on a road trip to UTEP, to New Mexico, to Loyola Marymount, and to Washington State, and swept it. And if you look at the games, they beat the Miners by 3, the Lobos by 2, Loyola by 5, and Washington State by 3. Those are the kind of games that toughen you up and teach you how to win in March. Do you agree?
Yes, that stretch for New Mexico State was very, very good.
Yeah. Alan, good morning to you. How you living? Hello, Alan. We got Alan on the air? Alan. All right. Alan, be gone.
Alan, where'd you go?
What did Alan want to talk about?
I don't know.
Oh, right.
He sounded like he was in a rough area.
All right. Yeah, so the Aggies have just beat up on Northern New Mexico and Texas, whatever. So that doesn't make me think they're less of a team. I don't necessarily love that scheduling, but I'll tell you why it happened. Because they were supposed to go initially. I think this is why it happened. They initially were playing in the Diamond Head. Remember? And they just had to find games.
You don't want to go from December 15th to December 30th.
Yeah, remember they were initially playing in the Diamond Head, which is this week. And because of the wax season starting on when's the 30th? What is it, next
Thursday?
Okay. So they didn't go out and play in Hawaii. They moved out. They played in the Myrtle Beach tournament. That's what forced the changing of the Lobo Aggie games. And so I'm going to guess all of a sudden there was this gigantic gap, and they had to fill games. So I'm going to guess that's why those 2 games were played.
And I believe that is a very good guess. And one, if you're a coach looking at that, I don't want my team not on the court for 15 days.
So who can we play? Who can we schedule?
Just beat up on each other for 2 weeks.
So Highlands was there and Permian Basin. I believe that's what happened. Mm-hmm. Because I do
Fair
know.
Point.
Yeah. And so next year you go into it, and because initially the WAC season was going to start, I don't know, X number of days later. When they added the 2 extra teams to the WAC, the season, the conference schedule backed up. They couldn't play in the tournament to which they were committed. They changed schedules, and all of a sudden, boom, there's a big hole. And so I think that's why they played those 2 games.
I believe you'd be correct in that.
And so 84-59, they won last night. Avery had a season high 22. Teddy Allen's pretty nice, dude. I will tell you, winning at Washington State. So they're 11-2. Their 2 losses are to Utah State and New Mexico. The New Mexico loss will go down probably when we sit here in March and look at resumes. We'll fall into the bad loss category, especially because it was at home, right? How's Washington State?
I'll have to pull up the numbers for you.
All right.
Well, they game itself, they trailed by I think it was 16 to 17 points at the start of the second half. And to come back and win that game was phenomenal for them. The way they won it.
Well, I'm going to just tell you, to win 4, they're all
on the road.
True road games. Loyola Marymount is good. Loyola, well, they're 6-5. Those are good wins. Washington State's 8-4. That's a good win. If they lose 2 games in the WAC, end up with as a 4-loss team, and then and lose in the tournament, do they have a chance at an at-large? We'll ask Jerry that on Thursday. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, A. Marie, and Adrian on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I prefer to do stuff online. I can find things much quicker, do the research I need, and have it shipped or waiting for me to pick up. The Shop by Payments option was perfect for me. I got online, clicked on Shop by Payments, put in my down payment and monthly budget, and the guessing was done. From laptop, I was able to nail down the bike I wanted, add a few customizations, and get an estimate on my trade-in.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Santa Paws has left thousands of holiday gifts for your furry, scaly, and winged family members. Pick up a gift for a pet lover or even a new pet. Clark's has shelves full of pet beds, sweaters, toys and treats, habitats, and tanks galore. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's is celebrating 50 years. Thanks to you, the Christmas Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
I'm attorney Mo Maestas. I just want to wish all the athletes, coaches, and families a very Merry Christmas this holiday season. Be sure to play hard, play through the clock, and have a great time with your teammates. I've been a trial lawyer in this town for 23 years, so you can get a hold of me at 505-304-7497. But have a very Merry Christmas. God bless, and we'll see you in the new year.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
Albuquerque, the sports animal, proud to be a Cumulus media station.
Even if they're not that proud of us.
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with two-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, and JJ Buck.
Football tonight. You get to watch it. You get to love it. You can go out to watch the Raiders against Norfolk State, or the Lobos against Norfolk State, because the Raiders aren't playing Norfolk State tonight. The Raiders played the Browns last night. My brother's a little Raider fan, and his kid, they were watching the first half. It's funny how they get all fired up about it. It's kind of like probably watching Vikings with A-Marie.
I continue to mature. I continue to mature.
Don't mature.
Well, it's a little ridiculous.
Is it?
How I used to be, yes. Like lose
How'd
sleep
you
over
get
it.
that way? Like, how'd you get that way?
My mother.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be a crazy Viking fan by your mama?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I used to be.
My mom's just a crazy football fan in general. Our family is like wild fans.
You were that way too?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I was not a pleasant person to be around after a Broncos game if they lost.
That's how we all got here, right? I mean,
Yes.
honestly,
At times, I wish I still had some of that passion for it.
Is there anything?
It's different when you start working in media, though. That kind of changed.
Like
me.
I feel that way about my fantasy football team right now. I'm devastated.
I'm pissed too.
So upset.
I'm so pissed.
So upset.
No, I am too. So is there any? I know you do, A-Marie. JJ, is there anything that you still will geek out a little fandom on? Would it be if the Broncos got to the Super Bowl, went through the playoffs, or the
I
Nuggets?
didn't
got
even
to the
enjoy it as much in the Peyton Manning era as I did when I was a kid, youngin, as they say. To me, it's Nuggets, Avs, Rockies.
Yeah, no, I
Even
know.
though
but will you
the
still
Rockies
get
and I had a rough season.
Wow, you
we,
quit on them.
We had baseball counseling to go through.
I mean, you became a Padre
But you quit.
fan.
Like I don't quit on my team.
You became a Padre fan.
I didn't quit. We took a break.
Oh,
Difference.
See,
we were seeing other
we didn't
people.
divorce. We just split for a little while. Are you back?
And I found out the grass isn't always greener on the other side.
you were all about the San Diego Super Padres this year.
I was.
Until you weren't.
Boy, were they disappointing.
Until you weren't. So when was the last time you got like fanish? You know what I mean?
Oh, it's Nuggets playoff run, and then the Avs last year.
Okay, yeah, the Avs
Like
last
those-
year was fun.
those
Yeah.
Get me. I was.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity. Couldn't beat the Dallas Stars.
Oh, I
got
get
it.
it.
There you
Everyone's
go.
healthy.
There it is.
No,
Nathan
I get it.
McKinnon, Miko Ratnin explode.
But doing what we do, it's hard to get there every day. Like I got excited with the little bit with the Dodgers when they won the World Series. But I'll tell you, the last time I probably was just super jacked was when the Kings won the Cup the first time.
Oh, okay.
Because they had never won the Cup. Like when the Kings won, that's something I thought I would never see in my lifetime. When the Kings won the Stanley Cup, like never. And I will tell you the first time, and that's a while ago now, the Aztecs went to the Sweet 16. That was a pretty big deal.
And then you ran into Kimba Walker.
And I went to that. Yeah, remember I went. And it was in Anaheim.
Who's this kid?
And I had a big issue. My kid had like a 4-year-old soccer game on Saturday. What was I going to do with my tickets if they won? I gave them to my brother anyway. He went and saw Kimba Walker play Arizona. But yeah, I think those are the last 2 times like I can remember just being fanish. You know what I mean? Like all about your teams. The Rams winning the Super Bowl was pretty fun. That was fun too. I mean, I don't know.
Kurt Warner, American Underdog.
Yeah, back in the day. I got a preview of that. I got a link. I got to watch that movie now. They sent us. Did you see the Kurt Warner welcome video at the PUBG Mobile New Mexico Bowl?
That was great.
Yeah, you saw that?
I love Kurt Warner, the movie star now.
kind of cool.
It's just an inspirational story. About
I think
my
fans
life.
will love it, and it's good. It's got something for everybody. I think you'll love the story, and it's got
not
great.
gonna love it. The Tennessee Titans.
It's getting great reviews, and it's good. All right, Eddie Nunez is going to join us at 9:15. We'll talk about the new policies at the pit, how they came about, and what you got to do, and who's going to do it, how they're going to do it. And I think it's good that they gave themselves some lead up time till the 28th to get this done, as opposed to just hey, let's do it. It's going to be in 2 days and figure it out. Gave them some time, gave fans time to figure out what they've got to do, what they've got to get together, and to get the word out. I think if they'd have just put it out overnight and said, all right, this is happening tomorrow or in 2 days, it would have been really, really rough, right? I think there would have been a lot of problems at the pit come tonight when people go out to see. What's Norfolk State's at mascot, do you know? That's one I don't know. I'm not going to pretend.
States.
Do you know Norfolk State?
Are they the Spartans? Another one of those Spartans?
I mean, maybe they are. I'll find it for you. I do you know Norfolk? I know a lot of them, but I don't know what Norfolk. Alexa,
Alexa,
Norfolk State is the Spartans. Check you out.
Whoa!
Check you out.
This is why I've stuck around so long.
How do you know?
I randomly can pull out a Division I mascot.
Good job, JJ.
Nothing about entertainment. Nothing. Just a random.
What league do they play in?
MEAC. I did read that this morning.
They beat Howard twice. Do you know what Howard is? What's the Howard nickname? What's the mascot?
Howard is probably tired after that.
Poor Howie. Do you know who they are? What's Howard?
The Howard Bison.
Damn, dude.
Are you serious?
Are you looking at it?
No.
I actually trust him.
Oh, he's right. He's right.
I'm looking at the NFL schedule.
All right. I'm going to go through this league because I want to
Please
say
do it.
two for
Please do
two.
it.
North Carolina Central is in that league. Do you know North Carolina? Stop it. Stop. Don't look at your computer.
Stop. Do not.
I'm not.
JJ, name 3 mascots.
The Aggies?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, thank God.
They are the Eagles.
Wow.
Maryland Eastern Shore.
Maryland Eastern Shore.
This is the MEAC now, dude.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maryland Eastern Shore. I have no idea. The Greyhounds.
They are the Hawks.
Oh, birds.
South Carolina State. They were just here, weren't they?
Are they the Bulldogs?
They are the Bulldogs. Weren't they just here?
They played New Mexico State football.
They played New Mexico State. Morgan State.
Morgan State Bears.
They are the Bears. Delaware State.
Oh.
Not
state.
Delaware, not the Blue Hens. No, Delaware State. Who knew there was a Delaware State? Did you know there was a Delaware State University?
Well, Delaware is a state, right?
It is a state, and Delaware Blue Hens are their flagship program. But the Delaware State.
Oh, Delaware State.
Delaware State. Actually, it's kind of a cool little logo.
It's kind of a cool little logo.
Yeah. They are the Hornets.
Oh, the Hornet. Okay.
Of course they are. And the last one in the MEAC that we haven't asked you about, you might know this one, Coppin State.
Oh, Coppin State.
Coppin and
State.
Attitude.
Coppin State.
They are 1-14.
They're blue and yellow, right?
Blue and yellow, blue and yellow.
That's not their name.
Blue and yellow, blue and yellow.
Uh-huh. You know what it is.
They are the Eagles.
Okay. A lot of birds. I should have guessed
there's
more birds.
There's 2 Eagles,
Yeah.
a Hawks. Hornets isn't a bird, but it flies. Yeah.
Ooh, they should change their name to the Murder Hornets.
Ooh, that'd be awesome.
There you go. Cost some.
He did
Get some
pretty
buzz.
well. So you got the Spartans. Did you get the Eagles of North Carolina Central?
MEAC trivia.
You got the Howard Bison.
Yeah.
And you got the Bulldogs. You got the Bears. You got about half.
That's all right.
I mean,
I'll take my shot on MEAC trivia night.
half a MEAC. There is one team. No, there are 2 teams above 500 in the MEAC. Can you name the 2 teams who are above 500 in the MEAC? MEAC trivia for 500, Alex.
Well, the Spartans.
Of Norfolk State, who will be here tonight in the pit. They're 9-3. Yeah.
And the Bison?
That's correct. Ding, ding, freaking ding, dude.
Jeez, JJ, that's awesome.
Do you remember who the Bison were?
Howard.
That's right.
He puts in a lot of work. I know that.
I just didn't know if you knew. I mean, good gracious. All right. Tune in tomorrow when we do the Northeast Conference.
Yeah.
Woo! What's more? Actually, what would be more obscure than that league? Maybe the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. That would be
Metro-Atlantic, yeah.
Monmouth, Iona, Fairfield, Manhattan, Quinnipiac, Sierra, St. Peters, Marist, Niagara, Ryder, and Canisius.
That's very New York State-ish.
That's right. Upstate New York-ish. Yeah, that would be a tough one for you. Damn, he did pretty well. All right. I'm down with it. I mean,
I didn't think I got this job. They're like, what are your qualifications?
Well,
I
can name all the mascots. I know who the Howard Bison are.
I can name half the mascots in the MEAC.
All right. UT Martin. Who are they? This is the Ohio Valley.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
The UT Martin.
University of Tennessee Martin.
University of Tennessee Martin Mountaineers.
Skyhawks. Eastern Illinois.
Eastern Illinois. There's something. Is that?
That's not the Leathernecks.
No. Is that? Where's Romo from? What Illinois?
That place.
Eastern Illinois.
Yeah.
Greyhounds.
Panthers.
No idea.
Southeast Missouri State.
They're the Bears.
No, they're not. They're the Redhawks.
I don't know.
You said it with such conviction. I wanted to believe you.
Like, oh yeah.
All right, I got two for you. You'll know. Murray State.
Racers.
That's correct. Belmont.
They're the Bears.
They're the Bruins. They're the Baby Bears.
Yeah.
Baby Bears. Morehead State. Eagles. Oh yeah, we got a break.
Sorry.
SIU Edwardsville. Oh, they're
the Hawks, right?
They're the Cougars. Austin P. That's my favorite. That's when they all yell, "Go P, go P." They're the Governors. All right, Eddie Nunez next.
Ohio Valley got
with something that matters. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Santa Paws has left thousands of holiday gifts for your furry, scaly, and winged family members. Pick up a gift for a pet lover or even a new pet. Clark's has shelves full of pet beds, sweaters, toys and treats, habitats and tanks galore. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's is celebrating 50 years. Thanks to you, the Christmas Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, I'm Joe with Everguard Roofing and Solar, and I'm proud to say I'm standing next to our University of New Mexico Lobo football quarterback, Terry Wilson. We at Everguard Roofing and Solar are active in our community, and we love the Lobos.
What I love about Everguard Roofing and Solar is their commitment to excellence, and that's what I'm all about. That's why I support this company, because they care about the people of New Mexico.
A hole in your roof or a whole new roof?
Go Lobos.
Everguard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of Pro V Sports.
Industries is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke.
The Sports Animal.
Well, as much as you want to believe and as much as we all want to believe we're through this pandemic, we are not. And if you've watched anything, I know if you have a fantasy football team, it's been killing you. If you watch any sporting event, you can't get away from it. The National Hockey League is on pause. You've got games on Tuesday night in the National Football League today because of COVID, and there's a resurgence in cases around the country, and hence there is a change in the way things are done and protocols. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. We'll get back to your phone calls in a little bit. Yesterday, the University of New Mexico announced that beginning next week on the 28th of December, both the ladies and the men will play that day, conference openers, that to get into the pit for games, you will be required to show either proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test from within 72 hours. You will also be asked and required to wear masks while in attendance when not eating and drinking. The athletic director and now vice president of athletics at the University of New Mexico, Eddie Nunez, joins us on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Mr. Vice President, how are you, sir?
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Congratulations on the promotion and the extension and all of those things.
I appreciate it. It's truly an honor to have an additional title. I think it just, as always, comes with some more responsibilities, which I understand.
Yeah, one of the responsibilities you had to step in front yesterday and announce the implementation of this. So I want to get into how it's going to get done, but just the process of getting here. Why the new protocols and where did it come from?
Yeah, so one of the things we've been doing continuously since the beginning of the pandemic is we've been meeting with our university's leadership as well as UNMH officials and experts within their area. We've consulted. We've been monitoring all the trends. We've been doing this. So as we've gone through this, especially over the last 6 months, we've trusted those that have kind of gave us the ability last year to do what we did. They gave us the ability to do what we did with football, soccer, volleyball this year and do it really well. And we're doing it with basketball. And I think the opportunity that we had in basketball up to this point has been unbelievable. And our fans have really done a great job with the mask. I know some people aren't comfortable with the mask and have chosen not to come to this point. But for us, it was monitoring everything, making sure we had all the information that we could to make the right decision. And at this point, over the last week, we've had some more conversations and discussion, and it got to this point, and now is the time to make this decision. The reason we brought it out yesterday, which is important, was to make sure that we get this out in front of everybody, in front of our Lobo fans, because it's my responsibility to make sure everybody is in a healthy and safe environment. And to do that, I wanted to make sure they understood that what we were going to do and how we were going to do it. So I didn't want to roll it out fast, but I wanted to make sure that we had plenty of time to have that conversation before we actually did implement this.
So did this come from the state level, a combination of what you were doing at UNM and having conversations with the state as things obviously ramp up across the country?
Yeah, the state has always we've had continued conversations with the state, with the governor's office, with the state officials. They've always continued to told us what they're seeing, how they're seeing it, what their guidance has been. And we've taken that into account and put it into the information. So this was no different. We've had conversations leading up to this, and we understood kind of where their feelings were. But we wanted to make sure it was the right decision with their information, ours, and everybody else's, to make one that was in the best interest for UNM and UNM athletics. So it's hard. It's never easy. It does, as you understand. Everybody has an expert, and everybody has a thought, and it's a matter of putting it all on the table and figuring out what we need to understand and what's in the best interest to protect our student athletes, our coaches, everybody that's in that venue.
Eddie Nunez is the Vice President of Athletics at the University of New Mexico with us on the opening drive.
Eddie, what is it going to look like now for people? Is it when they show their ticket, they're going to show their proof of vaccination or the negative test? How's it going to work in that regard?
Well, that's a great question, and I appreciate you asking because I know a lot of people have asked that question since yesterday's release. We will have basically, we're going to push back our ticket takers a little bit further into the venue, I guess you would say. We're going to give ourselves a little bit more room between where you actually check the vaccination cards and where you get the tickets.
So there'll be two separate spots, two different.
It's going to be two separate spots, exactly. And it's going to be two separate groups. So I think, Jeff, you mentioned something earlier today, and it's an important piece of this is we have unbelievable event staff workers. They do a great job taking tickets. You know, they've worked your events, and they're just unbelievable fans and supporters, but they're our front line, and they've done a great job helping us through these challenging times. So I commend them because they are a true testament of what UNM athletics is about. And so that group, we didn't want to add another piece to the puzzle to them because we knew that they already have to do mass checks. They're doing they're scanning tickets and scanning tickets. Again, it's a challenge this year with digital. It's a new process. So all those different things, the last thing we want to do is add another layer to them. So we're working with the Navy, UNM Navy ROTC, who actually helped the state fair with their process. They've come on board. We're going to utilize their services to help us be the front line with the vaccination cards. Individuals will come. They could have their vaccination card with them, or they could have it on their phone. And this has been done across the country and many other areas that we've seen to utilize it and just have a picture of it. So they're gonna be that front line. Then we'll have our ticket takers take tickets, but we're also going to have a testing site located right where we're trying to figure out exactly the location right now because we want to make sure it's easy, it's safe for our fans to come in. But there's going to be a testing site that our fans who are not vaccinated, they'll have an opportunity to get tested and be able to go right in. Because again, for me, I understand it's not ideal for everybody, but if I can give everybody an opportunity to attend the game one way or another, that was our hope.
And Eddie, with that, I know you've also talked about opening the gates earlier to adjust for what's going to be, some congestion at times.
Yeah, I've always asked our fans to come earlier for parking or get into the venue, and our fans are no different than everyone else in the country. They like to get there right before the game, unless they're tailgating or doing some things. And this now more than ever, I need them to come a little bit earlier. If they're usually there, right, 10, 15 minutes before the game, come 20, 30, 40 minutes before the game. Go inside, enjoy it, have some concessions. Take the extra time, especially for the first several games, to get accustomed to the process. But now more than ever, we are going to open the gates 30 minutes earlier than usual. Come take advantage of this. Work with us. There's going to be things that we probably need to understand as well that we're not seeing today. We're trying to go through every checklist and make sure we have everything right. But we're going to see some things that we're not aware of. So those are the things that we need to understand, and we're going to work with our patrons and our fans and make sure they're easy and we can learn from them.
I think this is one of those things where people need to be patient, and it's tough, change the rules or change, I guess not rules, protocol mid-season. But look, this is one of those where we're all going through this, man. People need to understand, and I hope they're patient with the process. Anytime you change things up, it's going to be hiccups. You said you're bringing in some new people who probably don't work venues a lot, don't work events a lot, right. And they're just be patient. And I think your point is really the biggest one. Get there early. Have your stuff ready to go, whether your card's going to be a physical card or it's in your wallet, on your phone, or your picture. And it's okay, right? If you show a picture of your card, like what's the process on that? Your vaccination or your proof of negative test?
Some organizations have gone to different apps to allow this to be a full process. We wanted to, just before we went full on with an app, we wanted to give them an opportunity to, if they have a picture of it, if they have it, again, a copy, something that gives us something that we can verify and look at and say, okay, you're good to go. Because this is going to be for the month of January. We're going to assess this. We're going to take the time to review this, and as we get close to the end of the month, if things continually get better, then heck, we're going to try to pull it back and get back to where we were prior to this. And if not, then we have to continue it forward. So I didn't want to have a full investment in an app with knowing that this might only be a month. Maybe it's a little less. Maybe it's a little more. I'm an optimistic person. I want to think that we're going to get through this and we're going to do it well. So I want to leave ourselves an ability to do that if necessary.
Eddie, where are we? And I'm going to ask, kind of just go to the Mountain West picture on this, because I do think there was all of us kind of a sense of, all right, well, man, last year was what it is. There's some things popping up here or there, but we're seeing a lot of games across the college basketball landscape postponed, not being played. What's it look like this year in terms of cancellations due to COVID for Mountain West play?
So when we started this, again, we were going with everybody's vaccinated now. We're doing everything to understand what COVID used to be like, and so we went forward with all games were forfeits. So as of yesterday, we had a meeting with all the ADs. We're having another one again today, another one tomorrow. We're looking at how this is evolving. And so the question we're trying to figure out is are the games that are going to be canceled, are they going to be forfeits, or are they going to be no contest? Those are the kind of discussions that we're still having right now. If you do not play the game, the team that is COVID, has a COVID positive, will have to forfeit the game. So that's kind of the new things that we have to continue to look at. We're looking at the Big East, questioning their current policies that they have in place. The ACC is doing the same. I think every conference is seeing this new variant is, again, more contagious. Maybe doesn't have the effects that some of the ones before did, but it's more contagious. So the question is, how does that affect? Can you test out of it? All those different questions right now are the ones we're having with the conference office to make sure that we still under CDC rules. We're still following the NCAA's guidelines, but we also have to look and see how we can make these opportunities possible without inconveniencing any team.
I know you're getting calls, Eddie, and because I'm getting them. I'm not coming. I'm not doing this. And what I'm telling people is then do your thing, right? And I'm probably sitting in a different chair than you are, but how are you handling those? Because to the person who says, "Look, this is whatever they think it is," explain to them why you're doing this, and what do you say to them?
Well, first and foremost, it's I have the responsibility to make sure that I provide a safe and healthy environment, and that's to our student athletes, our coaches, everybody working, and all the patrons that are in there. So that when you take that into account, for me, I get you might think this is not true. You might want to think it's a political something behind it, and from my standpoint, you can have whatever reasons or thoughts that you have towards it. I want you to be able to come experience the Lobos. I'm giving you an avenue. It isn't the desired one. It might not be the perfect one, but there is an avenue for every Lobo fan to be able to come in. Don't look at this as a political or this is an opportunity to cheer on our student athletes. Our Lobo student athletes need you now more than ever. I understand these challenges are not ideal for anybody, but we ask them to please be patient, understand that our kids still need you, and regardless if they decide, you know what, this is not for me, I understand, and hopefully I get to see them back in here when things change, because we're not kicking anybody to the curb. We understand how challenging this is for everybody. Will it be a financial hit on us? Absolutely, but that's not what this is about. For us, it's about making sure our fans, our supporters know how much we care about them. We're doing this for the betterment of everybody in that venue. And if it doesn't fit your vision or views, I get it. It's okay. We respect that,
and we welcome you back when it's ready. Yeah, we welcome you back when it's look. This is a process. It beats the hell out of where we were a year ago, doesn't it?
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I'd rather be able to at least be home, see our student athletes competing here on their facilities, than having to travel across the country in venues that we've never seen before, and not having our Lobo fans supporting them, cheering them on.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate you. So the bottom line is be patient, get there early. And if you got questions, where can people find, if there's rules or
I
any
appreciate
of that stuff?
Thanks, Jeff, for that. So on our Go Lobos website, there's 2 links. One of them is Go Lobos /COVID-19. That's for individuals that have any questions regarding their tickets, anything else, please go to that. And then there's the same thing, the Go Lobos website /safe. That will give you every question answers that you're probably thinking right now. So we've done a couple different links that allow patrons to go and kind of just get some of those. But if not, just email us and call us. Many are already doing that, and I am trying to reach back to as many as I can. But please, if they have questions, don't hesitate to reach out, to email us or call us.
All right. Appreciate it. Best of luck with this. Merry Christmas to you. And again, thank you to your staff, your facility staff, for everybody over at UNM for your partnership, and for what you guys did to make sure that our event went off last weekend. And as we all kind of navigate the uncertainty of this landscape, your staff was phenomenal. I want to say thank you again for everything that you did.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Jeff, tremendously. And thank you to everybody on your side as well. And happy holidays, Merry Christmas to you, to your listeners. And we look forward to seeing everybody here soon.
Thanks, Eddie. Merry Christmas.
Take care, man.
Eddie Nunez, the Vice President of Athletics at the University of New Mexico. So we can get into that when you get back, and there it is, and that's why, and that's how, and so now you know. 505-246-0610. Hey, the demand for security for homes and businesses increases every day in this town. You add to that, there's some security businesses who change the rules for current customers. They're calling Aaron Jones at IPS. Aaron needs more officers. So if you are retired law enforcement, you're former military, you've got security experience, IPS needs you, and they need you now. You're going to work for a company that's passionate about stopping crime in our town, protecting homes, businesses, families, making Albuquerque a better place to live. Call them at 505-897-2420 or visit ipsglobal.com. You can fill out an application online, and then you get world-class training and protect and serve your community. What do they do when you're a client? I'm a client. I've been a client for years. So last week I was living in the hotel with the bowl game. My brother was staying at the house with his family. Evidently, he took the garage door opener in and must have hit it when he was up at the kitchen. The garage door was open, and he didn't know. And our phones were ringing at 3:45 in the morning because IPS went by and patrolled my house and saw my garage door was open, and they called us. They called the house phone, woke his big butt up, and got him downstairs to close the garage door. But that's what they do. They protect you every single day. Call IPS. Let the good guys be watching your home, not the bad guy. Otherwise, I wouldn't have golf clubs right now, damn it. How would I play? Then I'd have really been pissed at my brother. All's good now. My golf clubs are still in the garage. 505-897-2420 or visit ipsglobal.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at FiestaSubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at FiestaSubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
I'm attorney Mo Maestas. I just want to wish all the athletes, coaches, and families a very Merry Christmas this holiday season. Be sure to play hard, play through the clock, and have a great time with your teammates. I've been a trial lawyer in this town for 23 years, so you can get a hold of me at 505-304-7497. But have a very Merry Christmas. God bless. We'll see you in the new year.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Santa Paws has left thousands of holiday gifts for your furry, scaly, and winged family members. Pick up a gift for a pet lover or even a new pet. Clark's has shelves full of pet beds, sweaters, toys and treats, habitats, and tanks galore. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's is celebrating 50 years. Thanks to you, the
Sports Animal.
That was brutal, says Dan. Really? He says, Jeffrey Juan Jose Ana Maria. Maybe with his shiny new title and raise, you could put Nunez in touch with Jerry Palm's new phone provider. His phone was a little sketchy. It wasn't that bad, was it? I mean, was it bad?
There's been worse.
I think in general it's nice for him to come on.
Yeah.
Let us.
I appreciate it.
Prep us.
I just now saw this from Harold, and I didn't get to this. He says, question for Nunez. I'd like him to share the statistics that show an unvaxxed University Arena has a higher COVID spread rate than society in general, necessitating this policy change. I just now saw that. Okay. Now I'll put it out for him and see if he wants to get that. I mean, I don't know where this. Look, I don't know. We can play this game all we want. This is the decision that was made, and then you all make your decision on how you want to deal with it. Right? Either you're going to go or you're not going to go. Lobo Hobo says, don't we have multiple games going on at once? Red Zone tonight, Jeffy. Casa can't cover them both. Yeah, Red Zone is the way to go tonight. I'm pretty sure Red Zone told me during Sunday's game that they're going to have both games. And if you have a Sunday ticket, you got your option. Now, if you don't, you get whatever the local Fox affiliate gives you. Rams and Seahawks, Eagles, and football team. That's what you have tonight. You want a poem?
What do we got?
Jason.
Oh.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the pit, the center court logo was dry, not a droplet of spit. Participant ribbons hung from the rafters with care. Additions to those on the horizon, nope, not in the air. Lobo Hoops postseason hopes have been put to rest. 3 days in Vegas, probably 4 is my guess. Coach and Cherry Blazer, napping gnomes in cap. Lobo basketball once again is down for long winter nap. Out on the concourse was clatter. It was fans with COVID cards, if that matters. We heard about missed shots and wanted to get our next dose. The man said, wrong type of shot. We don't rebound. Play down the stretch close. In fact, every year, that's what the program is, not just today. No matter the coach, no matter the players, it's inherent in the program's DNA. On Miners, on Mustangs, both home court routings. A loss to the Aggies and Spartans tonight. Are losses mounting? For Lobo Hoops, the slow descent into sustained mediocrity continues. Lobo fan, take a page out of Aggie football fan and wobble in your shoes. Shot of tequila, Pistol Pete 1888, or Crown with Sprite. So I say now, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all. A good night. Crimsonally, Jason.
I don't know why it's so funny.
It is
to me.
funny.
It's so funny.
P.S. Jeff, thank you for putting on a great bowl game and the centerpiece to a holiday season in the 5-5. Thank you, Jason. It's good. He puts in a little thought to it. So there you go. That sets the bar for you. What did you hum me?
Oh my gosh.
What?
The
What?
Fox.
What?
I just looked it up for you.
What?
Guess what game you're going to get local here?
The wrong one.
Yes. You're getting Washington Eagles.
I don't care.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I'm not getting that.
I'm sorry, not
because
you.
I do have Sunday ticket. So
it's really split. Very interesting. I wish I could show everybody this map.
Is that because they consider this an NFC East market, even though we're all the way out here? Because
yeah,
the
Cowboy Land.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just the West
but
Coast.
But the Washington Eagles is getting covered a
everywhere.
lot.
Yeah, all the way probably to the Rockies, right?
Nope.
No.
Out of the four corners, we're the only state
that are getting that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, whatever. Enjoy what you get.
Yeah, I'm just letting everyone out
I mean,
there.
it's better than not getting anything.
And like how you said, one way is to subscribe to DirecTV Sunday NFL ticket if you don't have it.
Yeah, that's what I got. So, all right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. My child just got her wisdom teeth out.
Oof.
Does that look like a miserable kid right there?
Yes.
What an
look at
adulting
that.
week. She got her wisdom teeth. She's
I-
driving.
I know.
I mean, jeez.
Smack.
Rough week.
Welcome to being a grown-up. Sorry.
Seriously, like, look at that little.
Hopefully she's on holiday break, obviously.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Then that's kind of why. And then she's going to New York with her mom next week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, except for they're hoping Broadway didn't get shut down. Like the plays.
It's like
I know
everyone
that-
has COVID there.
I know, and they're shutting down. Like we were really checking out. Look at her little eyes; they look teary. The plays that she's going to, as of like when we checked 2 days ago, we're still open. My kid loves that. She loves the musicals, yeah, that's real. I hate when you just hate when your kid hurts. All right, 505-246-0610. We'll shut it down wide open for you. Update. Did you see Charles Barkley's quote, by the way, on the Jordan LeBron? Michael or LeBron. Quote, I'll give you this going to the break. React, because I think it's beautiful. This is from Charles Barkley. Quote, Jordan, in fairness, I don't even put LeBron past Kobe. Let's get that out of the way. LeBron has stacked his teams. Let's be realistic. The struggle is part of your legacy. Chew on that. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
You trusted your home or business security to a company with an armed response. They sold out to a national corporate giant, and you're stuck on the brink of less security. I'm Aaron Jones, owner of International Protective Service. IPS isn't for sale. I'm invested here, and I care about your home and business as if it's my own. Let the highly trained armed guards or 24-hour patrols of IPS protect what's yours. With faster response times to catch criminals and less associated costs. Call 897-2420 or go to ipsglobal.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When looking for the best experience while buying an all-new Kia, Fiesta Kia offers some of the most knowledgeable and friendly Kia specialists in New Mexico. They'll help you find the Kia that will meet all your expectations. Kias have some of the most affordable vehicles for you to choose from, offering extensive options and style for the price. And with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, Kia won't be beat. Come be a part of the Fiesta family today, 7400 Lomas Boulevard Northeast, or start driving now at fiestakia.com.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Santa Paws has left thousands of holiday gifts for your furry, scaly, and winged family members. Pick up a gift for a pet lover or even a new pet.
95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Text line is open if you want in. You can get there at 505-246-0610. Emails come in, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. On the texter, it says, after about 50 years rarely missing a game, I'm requesting a refund. I am fully vaccinated, but will not show, quote, papers, end quote, in the United States of America. Okay? You're absolutely entitled to your opinions on this. Look, this is going to be rough waters for everybody. There's a lot of people who are just saying, look, man, this is America. I got to start showing my papers, quote unquote, my card to go places, to get on a plane, to get into a theater, to go to a basketball game. Like, and they're going to draw their parallels in history. And I understand that. And there's going to be other people who say, damn right, you're going to have to do that because there's a pandemic going on. And okay, there's that. I understand that too. I'm not going to, like, at this point, you're not swaying anybody off of their feelings on this, right? I firmly believe if you're vaccinated by now, you're going to get vaccinated. If you're not, you're not. Yeah. Are we at that point? We're a year into vaccinations now?
Yes.
I believe so.
Okay. So, sir or ma'am, whoever sent that to me, I get it. And I don't know what the refund policy will be. I'm sure they've got to figure that out. But I can't tell you I think this is where it's going to end. You know, we're 2 months short. We're 3 months short. 2 months short of 2 years into this pandemic. What makes you think it's going away ever? At some point, we're gonna. So is this? And to your point there, to that texter, does that mean this is where our lives are going, or are we going to have to start showing proof of vaccination to do anything, or proof of a negative test? I don't know where this is going, man. I don't. I know where it's going now. I know where it is now. If you want to go to a Lobo game starting next week, that's the rules. There's a lot of venues like that now, right?
Yes.
Comedy clubs, concert halls, arenas.
Yes, sir.
Mostly indoors, right? Nothing outdoors yet that I know of. And I don't know that that's right. I don't know that that's right. That's where we're going, man. I went to Hawaii. You know the whole, remember when I went over the summer?
Yes.
The whole pre-registration process of uploading and showing and testing. And then before you get on a plane to Hawaii, you stand in this big long line and have to show all your proofs. And you get your wristband, then you get to, or if you don't do it then, when you get to Hawaii, you got to show all those proofs. I wanted to go to Hawaii. It was worth it to me. And I'm glad I did. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so, I get it, man. This is going to be, a lot of people are going to have a lot of thoughts on this. And I'm going to sit here and judge you. I'm not going to tell you you're right or you're wrong. I know other shows on the station will, and that's their prerogative. That's fine. I see both sides of it. I know not everybody does. I think both of you. I don't want to speak for either one of you. I mean, we all do what we've done. I think we've all done something pretty similar, right? I mean, I'm vaccinated. I'm not afraid to say I'm vaccinated. I'm boosted. That was my decision. I think you are, and
Same.
you've had the COVIDs, right?
Yes. Vaccinated.
The COVID.
Went through COVID, had pretty legit symptoms with it, knocked me out pretty good. And even with that, I'm at the point where, how do we transition?
Yeah.
Like what's that going to be? And that's one too, or maybe reach out to some of the people we know to have that medical conversation about this. Because a lot of the people, you see the frustration, like, well, if we're doing this and it's still spreading, like, at what point does it go from, hey, this is a global pandemic, we have to lock everything down, to where it is one of those things like the flu we'll probably just have to deal with yearly? And we haven't, and so I can't answer those questions. I have no idea. And obviously there's still people, medical professionals, that are making decisions that aren't just totally based on what people think, leaning one way or another with who you follow politically.
Yeah. And then there's the people who say, I want to see the data that says, okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm down with that too. I don't know if you're going to. But, so that's where we are, man. You can go tonight. Lobos in Norfolk State. What's the spread tonight? What?
Nothing.
Why are you laughing at me?
Because you make me laugh.
Why? By asking the spread?
Yeah.
What's the spread? I mean, that's not asking too much, is it?
No, I'm looking. You got
7.5 point favorite.
Ooh, 7.5. How you feel about being 7.5 point favorites against Norfolk State? Which way are you going if you were forced to make a wager tonight?
I'm going kind of got a win game. Lobos win by 10.
By 10. All right, other games tonight. Fresno State's at Utah. Good opportunity for the Dogs. The Dogs are good, by the way. They're 9-2. Utah's a 3-point favorite at home. Air Force will be at Tarleton. Tarleton is a 7-point favorite over Air Force tonight. Whack. Utah State, home for Portland State. Utah State's 17.5-point favorites. Another West Coast Conference Mountain West game. Santa Clara is at San Jose State. Santa Clara is a 6-point favorite on the road. Nevada Grand Canyon has been canceled. That was going to be WAC versus Mountain West. That game has been canceled due to the COVID. What?
The COVID.
I could just see it too. The COVID. She's been living in that damn booth for 27 years.
Yeah.
She was
at least the 70s. She looked like she hasn't left there since
and
the 70s.
Smoked in that thing forever.
Yeah.
Just smoked in that little cage, and she was afraid of the COVIDs. Tomorrow, Wyoming's at Stanford. Boise State's at Washington State. UC San Diego's at San Diego State, and San Diego is at UNLV. You know they're all three different schools, right? UC San Diego State, and San Diego. They're all
I saw
the
that.
Tritons, the Aztecs, and the Toreros.
Oh, there's your mascots.
Ooh. Did you know UC San Diego's mascot?
Nope.
Did you? The Tritons?
Of course JJ did.
Not UC.
You didn't know
San
UC?
Diego.
You didn't know UC until I told
didn't know UC.
Now you know. That's a big West school, by the way. Yeah. Do you know UC Riverside?
UC Riverside.
When you move up to Riverside,
they are
thought the answer was hidden there.
Say it with conviction. The palm
Just
trees.
turned out to be a place to hide. No, the palm. There ain't no palm. Maybe they are. Aren't they the Roadrunners? I want to say they're the Roadrunners. I don't know either. But I'll find out for you.
Miak. You got to keep me in the Midwest.
I can't get you on the West Coast. They're the Highlanders.
There's only one.
What the hell's high about the land out there? I guess it goes up towards the mountains, the San Gabriels. All right. You see Riverside. They are the Highlanders. You see Gato Roberto's here. What's he doing here?
Bobcat's here?
You watch. He's going to come in your door right about now. Now.
Bobcat's here. Oh. Holiday fun.
Who's filling in when you're gone, like next week? Or you?
I'm just gone Monday.
Well, like but
Stephanie.
Okay.
Someone's us.
Stephanie.
Because I mean, if you let me back there, I don't even have my permit to drive that machine. I'd be like playing.
What's this do?
I'd be
You
like,
could call Bobcat.
It'd be like playing the piano on the thing, just hitting buttons. Just I don't know what the hell it would be. All right, Rams tonight. Seahawks. Who you got?
Rams.
Big.
Yep. I'll tell you.
You got Rams big. Now your mic's open.
I hope we ram it tomorrow.
Well, I'd like to ram it tomorrow too. Rams by 6.5 at home. Too much?
Wait.
Gerald
They're in
Henderson-
LA.
They're at home against the Seahawks.
6.5.
24-13 Rams.
That means you're taking the Rams
Yep.
and the number.
I'm taking the Rams, but the Seahawks to cover.
All right. Eagles at home minus 6.5 over Washington.
Let's go,
I got
Eagles.
I'm on Washington.
No.
I'm getting 6.5.
I know, but I need Washington
You gotta
to
go football.
lose.
You can need whatever you need, but I'm just. That's Washington. Like, what am I missing here? Washington's been playing well. The Eagles aren't. They're up and down. What am I missing here?
I just want them to win so I get a wild card.
Look, man, I wanted
Wee,
a lot.
wee,
I
wee,
wanted
wee,
Dalvin Cook to do
wee.
something more than what he did yesterday.
What miracle do you need tonight to survive?
No doubt.
Antonio Gibson fumble, bench the rest of the game.
Easy, tough guy. Easy on that. Thanks to Eddie Nunez, the Vice President of Athletics at the University of New Mexico, for spending some time with us today. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Callan Cowherd after that. 2 Men and a Baby come on at 4. And then 2 Men on. And then Trulio after that. We'll be back tomorrow morning with. Sorry about that. It's just what's in my mind sometimes.
I know.
And the promo plays every break.
Yeah.
Do we even have a promo on the
No, we should work on that.
We don't have one, but they got
No.
like every break.
Yes.
Now who's the golden child?
Not me.
I sure as hell not me. Adrian, great work. Marie, great work.
Go Rams, go Eagles.
Go Rams. Big day to you?
Huge day.
What do you got going? That doesn't matter. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We will smell you tomorrow.
The local men's and women's
Clark's has shelves full of pet beds, sweaters, toys and treats, habitats and tanks galore. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's is celebrating 50 years. Thanks to you, the Christmas Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
Kylie Ottman bodies that ball. Ava Love, wide open bucket. She drips through the air and knocks it home. So
out of the corner, no. Nora with the rebound, quickly gets it ahead to Louise. In transition, the left-hand layup is good for Luciano Webster.
oh, Lyra Corona, she has a chance to change that story. She does.
Diaz now with the ball. It's a 3-point lead. Montoya, she tries to equalize. Boom! Olivia Montoya with her second 3 ball of the second half.
There's an assist from half court on the inbounds pass.
That's a long shot. The laser shot. Holy cow. Defense closes down quickly. Garcia Romero for 2.
With the rebound here comes Benjamin.
Throw it up.
He's going to throw it up to his big fella, and his third dunk of the night. Hey, remember, Greg Brown doesn't have any timeouts. They get it into Hill. Hill's going to have a chance to win it at the hole. Yeah, he does it. Hill bangs in the 3, and the Hawks win it 60-59.